What's good? This your man's Hurricane. I'll be back again.
Who is it?
It is Hurricane Hood News and Reviews bringing you in the house again. Said the pack of men. Ladies and gentlemen, front and left, right. We back again.
Who is it? It is Hurricane Hood News and Reviews bringing you
In the house again. Yeah, we going back and get back and we going back and get back and we going back again. For the very first time. Don't worry if I write checks, I write rhymes. Da, da, da. We going back to the HHN Special Report.
Hurricane 313. Hurricane 313.
God of storms. Riding out in this bitch. All you haters ain't shit. Dealing with fast lyrics, show lyrics. These bullets don't miss. But don't worry about vibes. I worry about rhymes. So I gotta go around and tone it down. I think I'm losing my mind. So I'm about to go ham. Say motherfucker 1,000 times. When I send me with 1,000 eyes, been prophesized. That I'm organizing revolution, never ride for life. 5 eyes, no homicide. Every time I been a official, gonna motherfucker die to die. Y'all think I'm out of mind, but I'm the god of storms. I do this shit all the time. Yeah, god of storms. Bow down to the 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 god of storms. Bow down to the 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 god of storms. Bow down to the storms. Bow down to the storms. Bow down to the storms. All praise to the god of storms. Bow down to the storms. Bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the god of storms. Till the devastating. Tell it go fast to up the brakes. Going at a pace you would never trace. Here come the impact you would never brace. Better vacate from the pace, okay? The bay got back AK, but it's straight today. Revolutionary lyrics that paved the way. For a rebel stuff through best spray your face. Lead the day, replicate. They gotta kill the government, they manipulate. I'm pulling out like here to blade. Walking up on that fed, let's go get a slip today. Little revolutionary today, but niggas is scared. Grab the gun, I'm getting prepared. All you haters, you better be red. Get prepared to the storm right here. God of storms. Bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the god of storms. Bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the
Having a great
bow
day,
down to the
bro.
god of storms. Bow down to the
You just made the day more better.
bow down to the bow down to the
Thank you, thank you.
all praise to the god of storms. Bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the time of the spark of the frankincense. We up in this bitch with no frankincense. Revolutionary that the day commits. We going all out before the day is spent. They got Billy Jones cause I paid for clips. They watching everything on some major shit. They poison water, poison food, chemtrails in the air, they spraying shit. CDC, they making shit. Black Rock Pelletier, they taking shit. Tell us in the people biggest to the great abyss. Some the great hurricane take a state to miss. Tell to rise up and raise the fist. Who bullet with me, let's take a trip. Shoot it at the government and make a flip. Bitch, trying to fill the world with amazing hits. God of storms. Bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the god of storms. Bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the god of storms. Bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the all praise to the god of storms. Bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the god of storms. Bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the all praise to the god of storms. Bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the god of storms. Bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the all praise to the god of storms. Bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the bow down to the god of storms.
Now, I was supposed to play that last. I was supposed to end the HHN, but we're gonna play it beginning and end. Fuck it. Shouts out to Vonta. Much love to the goddess. UK correspondent.
313.
Much love, Vonta, my UK correspondent.
Bonnie and Clyde, Bonnie and Clyde. Baby girl never scared, she ready to ride. Bonnie and Clyde, Bonnie and Clyde. Baby girl never scared, she ready to ride. Bonnie and Clyde, Bonnie and Clyde. Baby girl never scared, she ready to ride. Bonnie and Clyde, Bonnie and Clyde. Baby girl never scared, she ready to ride. Fucking get in the dope, make you lay down on the floor. You get that weed and that dope, you get that money, you go. Head back on the road, bout to fuck with some hoes. At the bowl, baby girl, bout to take off her clothes. Got her feeling the stroke, and I'm making the float. Sex so damn good, make you wanna elope. She my Bonnie, I'm Clyde, and we ready to ride. All you motherfucking haters gon' get buried alive. We ain't wasting no time, carry more than the 9. Go pay the 50 cows, that will rip out your spine. Getting buried tonight, we not giving a fuck. Side by side with my chick, we was lying them up. Bonnie and Clyde, Bonnie and Clyde. Baby girl never scared, she ready to ride. Bonnie and Clyde, Bonnie and Clyde. Baby girl never scared, she ready to ride. Bonnie and Clyde, Bonnie and Clyde. Baby girl never scared, she ready to ride. Bonnie and Clyde, Bonnie and Clyde. Baby girl never scared, she ready to ride. Headed to the UK, then we raising the stakes. Fuck the prime minister, he getting shot in the face. What you haters gon' say? It's gon' be nothing today. My girl got a sword off and she took off your face. While I'm hacking your place, put a bomb in your place. Motherfuckers ain't ready when I blow up your state. Now let's chill on the beach. She's a freak of the week. Going all night, girl, we ain't going to sleep. Now it's back to the streets, putting coppers to sleep. My girl a beast with the gun, that we fighting for peace. My girl cold with the heat, like I'm flowing these beats. You a true damn goddess, thanks for rolling with me. Bonnie and Clyde, Bonnie and Clyde. Baby girl never scared, she ready to ride. Bonnie and Clyde, Bonnie and Clyde. Baby girl never scared, she ready to ride. Bonnie and Clyde, Bonnie and Clyde. Baby girl never scared, she ready to ride. Bonnie and Clyde, Bonnie and Clyde. Baby girl never scared, she ready to ride. Bonnie and Clyde, Bonnie and Clyde. Girl never scared, she ready to ride. Bonnie and Clyde, Bonnie and Clyde. Baby girl never scared, she ready to ride.
Hey, shouts out. Much love to the goddess Vanta, my UK correspondent. It's time to get it off into some news. I know if y'all didn't catch my short on the incident that happened with the ICE agents killing the lady, y'all could probably go to that, check out that. That's some breaking news. But now we need to get off into the small shit real quick. Sony just got hacked. So whoever got Sony, PlayStation 5, my thoughts on, I'm gonna get it out the way. Storm ready hitting here next. I hope your power stays on. I hope it don't knock out no power. Hope you got a generator. If not, tell somebody to come through, bring you a generator. Y'all better bring my baby Vanta a generator if anything happened to her lights. Get on it. Make it so. We're gonna send you a replicator of a generator. A replicator of a generator. Holy shit, that's bars. And some big words. Replicator of the generator. While I penetrate it. Oh, bars. Hurricane, you need help sometimes. I know. I'm sorry. Well, shouts out to everybody, man. 100-mile-per-hour winds. Oh, man. Your power better be good. It better not knock your power out. I'm going to be heated. I'm going to be mad. You know what I'm saying? But now you got your cell phone and you be able to let me know. Like, yo, knock power out on the cell phone. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn, I hope you got a portable charger. Keep your portable charger on you. But you got to charge up the portable charger. Oh, my God. That storm bet not do anything. Storm Goretti. Why y'all naming storms? They let me know y'all have a weather dominator. How come this can't be a regular fucking storm? You know what I'm saying? But no, we want to put names on it because we controlling the weather to fuck with the people and raise their energy bill and fuck up people's homes and turn shit into smart cities and shit. They think I don't know what they're doing. I know what they're doing. I'll be saving by the US aboard the USS Hurricane. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Vonta. Baby, you up now, baby. You already know what it is. Fuck aboard the USS Hurricane. You already know, babe. Oh, now Sony is being hacked. And if those got PS5s or like those that fuck with Sony, I seen this coming. I seen this because they're trying to make it like unaffordable to buy games. And once you buy these games, it's all buggy and half finished, and you got to get patches and shit. It shouldn't be like that. Back in the day, we used to buy a cartridge, put it in the system, turn the game on, you play. You put a disc in the system, you turn the game on and play. No microtransactions, no bugging, no lagging. I know, Sony again, right? Sony again. But yeah, this is the tech news. Real quick.
Sony didn't just get hacked, guys. Something worse happened here. Essentially, the master keys to the PlayStation 5 just leaked. And once that happens, there's no patch, there's no update, there's no undo button here, guys. This could change what the PS5 is forever, and Sony knows it. They're in big trouble. If this was Ricky Ricardo talking to him, no got a lot of credit. Anyways, let's talk about why this matters, guys. Most console hacks, they start small, little breach here, little breach there, little jailbreak here, a firmware exploit there, but this is not that. This is huge, guys. Late last night, developer files surfaced online that were containing core PS5 security keys, guys. And these are the kind of keys that sit under the operating system before updates even load. And once those keys are out, they don't go back in the box. Pandora's PS5 box.
Yeah, they hacked them in 2014, Vonta. Yep. It was a Sony Pictures hack. Yep. It was about the movie called The Interview. And this let me know that motherfuckers was motherfucking scared and shit. It was something about some malware. It was a Sony breach because, it was a movie called The Interview. And The Interview, who's it? It was Seth Rogen and James Franco, and they was doing a parody on the motherfucking North Korean leader. Yeah. This was a minute ago. This was right before the SJWs and the Me Too movement popped up. They rose up maybe a year later. Maybe a year or two later. I think around 2015, 2016. I know in 2015, that's when I saw the movies decline. I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. That's when I saw the decline in movies. And I started seeing a whole bunch of comic books and best-selling novels and TV shows change up. I was like, y'all doing something. But yeah, North Korea was on that bullshit. It was a Sony Pictures hack. So this is the gaming sector, but still though, Sony getting hacked again. Let's go.
Has been wide open now. Now, what actually leaked here, guys? Let's go ahead and explain this like we're all 5 years old, because I'm not some tech whiz. I don't know all this jargon, so let's make this simple. No tech jargon, none of this stuff. I'm not going to pretend that I know what I'm talking about. I just know that what happened is humongous here. And
you know about it.
We're going to be seeing PlayStation 5 quickly try to figure out how to fix this. When you turn on a PS5, right, the console doesn't just boot up the menu. It runs this chain, I would say like a chain of trust, right? Is this real Sony hardware that's being booted up? Is this approved software? Is this allowed to run? The leaked keys are part of that system that answers yes to those questions. It basically runs like a systems check and basically sees if it's allowed to operate and run the system that's loading onto it. Now, what's going on with the situation is if the hackers can answer yes to those questions themselves without the security keys, they can run custom firmware. Essentially, this could become modded. They can run unsigned software, so we get bootlegged or pirated software on here. Potentially, they can load games that Sony never approved. So homebrew stuff, unofficial releases, things that people make, and in extreme cases, they can do all of this without the system even knowing that it's been modified.
I told them motherfuckers, I'm like, if y'all keep on raising the prices of our games and they keep on being horrible, bad storylines, y'all turning women into men, y'all making the women look like men, and y'all doing all this bullshit to the system, all these rules and guidelines and regulations, we're going to turn into fucking pirates. We're going to turn into hackers. Thank you. Thank you. Games used to be at a set price. I remember like for 15 years straight, there was a set price for games, like AAAs and the AAs and the bullshitters. You know what I'm saying? It was a set price, $50, maybe $60, maybe. But even when you got it, it was great quality and you didn't have to worry about no bullshit. But like once they start adding microtransactions and you got to constantly update your system or download shit and like man, fuck all that. You just turned your system into a computer. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's supposed to be just a game system, not a computer / a casino. So yeah, you just created some hackers and pirates because most of us can't afford this shit. We got to pay a motherfucker to jailbreak some shit. Nigga, fuck Sony. And not to mention, these motherfuckers are cataloging our data, watching us. So fuck those niggas. Shout out to the hackers and pirates. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. But at the same time, the only bad thing about this hacking shit is there's going to be that's the bad part about it. But the good part about it is a motherfucker can afford to motherfucking play whatever they want without Sony intervention or without any motherfucking bullshit. It's just like, you know, like going back to like when motherfuckers used to motherfucking lock niggas up for motherfucking bootlegging tapes and shit. Now we about to bootleg games, play any game we want without going through the bullshit. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. They just sit us out here for a reason. Exactly. They're here to catalog our data. And no matter what we do, whether it's games, banking, corporate shit, whatever, that shit, online activity. Know what I'm saying? I'm trying to watch Kenzie Reeves and Savannah 6 with the and they watching me, ain't got no privacy. They talk about like from your HDMI cord to your game system to your TV type shit, you know. But if you offline, you good. But like, I don't trust anything, you know, like they say even when your phone is off and the battery is out, they still watching you. So just because I'm offline don't mean shit to me. I'm looking at my Samsung TV right now with the side eye. Shouts out to Solo. Shouts out to Solo. What's good?
They got the security key, so there's no way that Sony could even block or make these things bricked. And if all that goes down, guys, right, that's the nightmare.
So we have prevented our systems getting bricked and we prevented all the bullshit they're going to send us. But the negative thing about this whole situation, to me personally, is the cheaters. That's it. That's it. But there's a lot of pluses to this. Hashtag fuck this motherfucking Sony Corporation. Y'all motherfuckers got a shitload of money and still try to milk us. Nigga, we've been giving you money since 95. When the PlayStation first came out, we've been giving you money since then. And y'all been raising the price on shit thinking we didn't know it. But there was a point in time for 15 years straight. There was a set price for games. I understand you got to pay extra for the system. It's a brand new system. Shit come out. Boom. Got new exclusives. That's understandable. They always do that. But eventually, over time, maybe 2 or 3 years, the price will go to a nice discount price. But this shit, and don't get me started when the PS5s first came out, when everybody made their orders and didn't get shit, and then game stores was motherfucking taking PS5s and selling it on the fucking street. One motherfucker pulled up in a van full of PS5s. That the fucking PS5 scandal was crazy. There were some motherfuckers that didn't get their PS5 until maybe like a month or two later, you know, because they ordered it. Man, woo-wee. You know how many people wanted to burn a country down over that? Much love to K. I had a PlayStation. Yeah, that first PlayStation. Wow, my God. I missed that. I missed that shit. Tekken 1, 2, and 3. Siphon Filter 1, 2, and 3. Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, Metal Gear, Solid, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying Bushido Blade 2, Soul Blade, the first Soul Calibur, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro. We had fun. We had fun. We had fun. Oh, for real, you said Spyro 2. That's what I'm talking about. You remember? You remember Spyro, You're the Dragon? Know what I'm saying? And we had some more games. MTV Music Generator 1, when they first motherfucker put that shit, I was making beats and shit. You know, and or at least trying to make beats at the time. We had Parappa the Rapper. What? We had some jams on that bitch. We had some motherfucking classics on that motherfucker. Gran Turismo 1, 2. You know what I'm saying? But Tekken was the fighting game that everybody played. And Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Yep. But shouts out to everybody. Yep. Oh, yeah. SmackDown 1 and 2. Can't forget about SmackDown 1 and 2. You goddamn right. That made us leave No Mercy because like we was on the N64 playing No Mercy all fucking day. It was No Mercy and WCW NWO Revenge and GoldenEye and Turok 2 and Turok Rage Wars. That's all we played on that motherfucker shit. Oh yeah, no. We played Mario Party, Mario Kart, and it was another game. The original Castlevania is another game. Pokemon Stadium, that was the shit. But mostly GoldenEye and No Mercy all fucking day. But PlayStation had a variety of shit. But SmackDown was the greatest shit ever. The Wu-Tang fighting game. Can't forget about that. My sister motherfucker got me on that one. And it was another shit with dinosaurs fighting, I think called Primal Fury or some shit. Or like Primal Rage. Just a whole bunch of dinosaurs fighting. It was like Mortal Kombat, but with dinosaurs. And it was another shit called Bloody Roar. Bloody Roar 1, 2, and 3. Woo! Twisted Metal 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Woo! We had fun on PlayStation. Wu-Tang was the shit. Had everybody. Everybody was in that motherfucking game. Shouts out to the Wu. And Killer Instinct. God damn, K. Yeah, Killer Instinct. And we played Killer Instinct Gold on an N64. What? Cinder, Glacier, what? Combo. The combo. Combo breaker.
Mario for Sony at this point. If this goes down, they're fucked. Why is this different from normal jailbreaks? Well, this isn't some kind of cute little homebrew trick where they're exploiting a patch and, you can run some kind of cute little thing, right? This is basically owning the front door keys to the house and not picking a lock through a window or breaking in. You literally are able to just get into the security of this. Most jailbreaks, they can be patched. Most exploits, they can get closed easily. Keys don't. Security keys don't, guys. Historically, when this happens, whether it's PS3, the Xbox 360, the PSP, when this happened, the fix is brutal, okay? New hardware revisions with entirely new keys is what's going to be happening. Software updates don't fix this. Cloud checks usually don't fix this. Bans don't always work, guys.
So, who did it? Who hacked it? Because we've been having hackers for a very long time. And I know they probably tried to get into some systems. Some probably did it successfully. But to take the master key, it's either somebody from that company, I'm going to say a disgruntled worker that probably got fired for no fucking reason, or maybe he tired of them making them work hard and not pay them more, or maybe, just maybe, he realized that if I sell this information to a hacker, I can make bank. And that's probably what happened. That's my logical explanation. Because Sony flipping out right now. And it's going cyber terrorism all over the place. Cyber crime here, cyber crime there. They pushed it on us. They pushed it on us. They pushed it on us. They forced our hand. But like at the same time, it could have been a fucking worker that worked at Sony. I'm about to sell these master keys to some hackers and get paid because I'm not getting paid here. And Sony has billions of dollars. And according to Michael Jackson, before he died, he already said it. Tommy Mottola is the devil. Now, that was the head of Sony. Ransom, the keys go back to Sony. They wildin'. But Michael Jackson said it. The head of Sony is the devil. Not the actual devil, but like probably a fucking liar, because in the biblical code, devil means liar. So shit, like whoever lied to you is the devil. Satan means enemy or adversary. So if anybody's your enemy or adversary, they're Satan. Yo, I ain't make this up. It's the Bible code. Nigga. They made that up. But let's get back to it.
Because the system believes everything is legitimate. They have the security codes. They have the nuclear football for the PlayStation 5, metaphorically. So we're probably going to be seeing new hardware revisions here with entirely new keys. And that's not going to be easy for Sony to pull off. It's going to take some time.
Yeah, it's going to take some time because they're going to have to motherfucking get some plastic and make the motherfucking shit again. They're going to have to motherfucking get all the motherfucking chips and make a whole new fucking motherboard. And they're going to come out with a new PS5. Oh, shit. What if this is a fucking ploy? What if this is a fucking ploy or a distraction just so they can come out with a new PS5 and sell it again like Jordan do his motherfucking shoes? Holy shit, I ain't think about it on that perspective. What if all this is just some bullshit just for them to come out with a new PS5 with a new motherboard to prevent hackers from doing shit like when nobody probably didn't do shit? But if someone did do shit, it had to be someone from their company, because a hacker, a real hacker ain't really focused on no motherfucking PlayStation. Let's just be honest. A real hacker is trying to get that money out of a motherfucker's account. Credit cards, bank cards, corporate shit. Ain't nobody think about no PlayStation. So this could be some bullshit to get them to make another PS5 or make them automatically jump to the PS6, brick the original PS5, but due to the jailbreak, it can't get bricked. So which leads back to maybe a worker did this shit. But it could be both. It could, I mean, like it, damn, this is wild. Foresee the US to buy Chinese chipsets. Oh yeah, because everything is made in China. You already know. Forces the US to buy Chinese chipsets. Yup. Oh my God. And then due to the so-called tariffs, it's gonna raise the price, which make a motherfucker raise the price for the new system. This shit gonna be wild. You called it, Vanta, because due to following patterns, so we can predict the future.
This actually couldn't come at a worse time for Sony, to be completely honest, at this point. And again, I don't know the technicalities. I don't know the technical mumbo jumbo when it comes to any of this stuff, but this definitely is not good. At the end of the day, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that this is not good. Now, what could come from this? Let's talk about the best and worst case scenarios. Best case, we can get some custom themes. Silver lining, right? That's something PS5 doesn't have at this moment. We can get offline mods, game preservation tools.
Yeah, offline mods, meaning if you're playing a game with ugly female characters, you can mod that female to a beautiful female and put some different clothes on her. Or none at all. Thank you for mods. Thank God for mods. Bars. Thank the God of fire, wind, and storms for the mods. Goddamn mods. For real. You don't want to play with no big beefy bitch that look like motherfucking Bardock from Dragon Ball Z or Broly. You want a chick that looks feminine. She's still a badass. And bam. You got to deal with the storyline though. You can't change that, but you can damn sure mod how your character look and how your vehicles look and how your cars look or how the environment look. You know? So shouts out. The God of mods. Hell yeah, modding is fun. Modding is fun. Like, I remember when Grand Theft Auto San Andreas came out back in the day. And when they modded that to CJ having cool clothes like a Nietzsche and a motherfucking Fat Farm and Fubu and shit, I'm like, oh shit. And the cars ain't all boxy and shit. You got a nice looking car from a mod from Midnight Club or some shit. You know what I'm saying? The cars look better, the environment look better. You made the game better. That's what mods do to make the shit look better. You know? Modding is the shit.
Progress towards PS5 emulation could happen, even though that's a little bit more of a long-term thing. But those are things that Sony, even though they are best case scenario.
Emulation. That means you can probably find a way to play your old games from old systems on that bitch. You know, they talk about some emulation. You can make that bitch backwards compatible now. And shouts out to the hackers that did this shit. You can mod anything. Yes. You can mod anything. Motherfuckers was modding motherfucking Minecraft. There was modding Roadblocks.
Those are things that Sony don't want us to have.
Facts. Okay.
For whatever reason. Custom themes, I don't know.
Right. Not just graphics. You can put human figures in that bitch and make them move around and shit. Yeah, you can do a lot. You can do a lot. You can have a holodeck in that motherfucker. You're right, Kay. Like I seen some mods go crazy. I see mods go crazy with it. Let's just say bouncy. But let's see if this
guys, I guess they want to protect their IPs, they want to protect their security keys, obviously. Those are good things that could come out of it if you want to look at it that way. But the worst thing that can happen at this is, number one, piracy. Piracy will become at scale. It will be
yo ho and a bottle of motherfucking rum. Piracy. Yeah, because you know why? Games are between $70 and to $100. We're done. And then the game is not fully complete. You gotta buy DLC. Oh my fucking God. That's call number 2. Jesus fucking Christ. That's call number 2. All right, put 4 on the magic board in your mind. I might get 2 more calls during this goddamn live. Bars. Captain Falcon is Goku. There's a Smash Bros mod that changes the Dragon Ball Z. That's what's up. And Smash Brothers, people still play that. People still play. People still put money on the line too. And the tournaments be brutal. I used to watch the tournaments like, ooh, shit. Not just the costumes, like their face and that. Yep. You're right. Everything can get modded. I love it. You can turn the whole game into whatever the fuck you want it to be. I'm about to play Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, but CJ is Goku. Instead of getting in a car or running, I'm flying to my destination. Bitch! Yep. What the fuck is this nigga talking about? Now this nigga sending me a fucking text message. Hold on. Oh, you already right about life. Shit, man, I don't want to hear that shit. Fuck you. You fucking thief. See, this motherfucker really making me not want to go to the memorial. See, I'm not about to go. I already talked to my big cousin last night. I'm like, man, I do not want to see that motherfucker. I'm gonna tear that motherfucker up and feel like I was housing a building page. He's like, nigga, you was. But I hear his father words in my mind. If motherfucker make you feel some type of way, you don't gotta go to anything, man. You grown, you can do you. I understand. I hear him in my head, so I'm going because I know I'm gonna beat this nigga ass. I'm gonna flip over that motherfucker. Yeah, boss tweets nowadays it can be used to cheat for money. Yep, and that might be the next thing he about to say.
Immense.
Yeah.
It'll be huge. Piracy will totally be taken advantage of this worst case scenario, and we could possibly see more cheating in online games at this point.
Yeah, that's bad.
The ecosystem of a lot of these live service games that Sony's been pushing.
That's why I said, like, the only thing that's bad about the whole shit is the cheating. Because if you playing against somebody online and it's for the bread, and straight up cheating. But cheating the microtransactions, fuck yeah. But cheat against other players and you know you're playing for money, or just like cheating in general, just like, come on now, stop, just get better. Like, that's why they have a practice mode, or you play alone and you try to get better at headshots and shit. get better.
Like marathon, so to speak, coming up could already be ruined before it's even released. We can also get unauthorized software that looks official to Sony servers. There could be the split ecosystem where Sony can't even tell what's legitimate anymore because they have the security keys. They can get past everything at this point, guys. And yeah, this is just step one. It's not even the final boss of what can happen at this point. But step one is the hardest step to reverse. They got to fix this. Sony is more than likely panicking at this point. This wasn't a dramatic hack scene, guys. It looks like somehow maybe this was an accidental developer leak. Maybe raw data was uploaded where it never should have been at this point. And now these keys are archived, they're mirrored, they're downloaded, and they're basically dissected at this point. The people,
those bitches are, yes, that shit has went out to everyone. If I had a PS5, I probably would have got that shit too. But I'm sticking to my PS4 for now. I'm waiting till the PS5 drop down to $250 in the pawn shop. I'm gonna give it like one more year, maybe 2 more years. 2 more years. The bitch drop down to $250. I'm grabbing that hoe. Yeah. Like you can host a Smash tournament, and my one unpopular character to have every attack be a percent stronger overall, nobody would notice. Except the player using that character, you can easily win like that. Ooh, did you do that before? Leveraging the matchup inexperience, too. Yep. Yeah, they can scam. Works a lot of colleges where a lot of casual gamers are. Yep, you're all right. Yep. Because I used to skip school and go to Wayne State University and battle the gamers up there. Oh man, I miss them days. But yeah, like that's the downside of that. Now we about to go off into soft disclosure.
Visuals are even human in Hollywood. It seems like social media is trying to stop some confusion or do some kind of soft disclosure.
So we just gonna ignore the people ripping off their faces on TikTok and they have an alien face under their actual face. Just gonna ignore that. Like, we're gonna act like we're not seeing those videos. And the thing that's blowing my mind is that under it says AI generated. Bro, we live in a world where we genuinely do not know if this is real or fake. And I wonder if life is just one big Black Mirror episode. Because
just stopping it right there. Look, they nuked my 6 TikTok. I never been back. But if I was on TikTok, I probably would have saw that and made a video about it. But since I haven't, shouts out to Seconds of Horror, This is the channel called Seconds of Horror. And what up, though, Mark? What's good? Oh, hi, Mark. You gotta say it like the guy from The Room. What's the nigga name? Tommy Wiseau or some shit. It's like, oh, hi, Mark. If that movie ain't the worstest movie ever created in life. But shouts out to Mark, bro. What's good? Now, we're talking about what people have been seeing on TikTok. People have been ripping off their faces, and there's aliens under it. And under the video, say AI generated. But we're living in a time where most motherfuckers are being tricked and duped by AI. God damn you, Sarah! And it's crazy. Oh, hi, Mark. Tommy Wiseau, bro. This motherfucker. And James Franco is an asshole. James Franco is an asshole. This nigga played the character to Tommy Wiseau in the movie, I guess doing a movie about the man's life. And then when it was time for Tommy Wiseau to speak at like whatever shit that they was at, James Franco didn't let the man speak. I'm like, nigga, you're doing a movie about the man that's next to you. Let the man next to you speak. But no, James Franco, you an asshole. That's why North Korea was after your ass for that motherfucking interview movie that we talked about earlier. Because due to the Sony hack on the last video, shouts out to Vanta, my UK correspondent. She was like, did Sony get hacked by North Korea? I was like, yeah, they got hacked in 2014 because of that fucking movie. Sony Pictures got hacked. Now the Sony gaming world is getting hacked. This shit wild.
A part of me is looking at it and like I can't see the AI in it. That's how real.
Now, what's crazy is he can't see the AI in the man ripping off his face and showing an alien under it. Now, I can kind of clearly see it a little bit, just a tad bit though. But like at the same time, my question is, why are they doing that? Because the first thing that popped into my mind is the TV show V, The Visitors, where the girl hemmed up the motherfucking man, ripped his face off, and it was a reptilian under it. Now, the show V, The Visitors is about aliens coming to Earth, posing as humans, but they, saying that they're here to help a motherfucker out, but they're secretly eating your ass or overthrowing the planet. Both, I think. It's been a long time since I watched it, but like aliens coming down, helping out, but they really reptilian. Reptilians. I remember the new series of V, and I thought the girl was hot with that short ass hair. She just had the look in her eye of like, bitch, you got power. She looked like she could just I was like, bitch, ride me. Like this bitch looked hot. Wind started picking up about an hour ago. Supposed to be worse where you are. Oh no. Been raining most of the day. God damn. It's so warm here. And it was snowing yesterday. Yes, it was just raining and snowing yesterday here. Now there's no snow on the ground and it's a little sunny out here. But I hope y'all stay safe over there in that storm. For real. Cross your fingers for your power to stay on. For real. Because these winds are a motherfucker. God damn. I wish I was over there to control the fucking weather. Shit. But you said the wind's picking up. Okay, let me try to slow the winds down with my God of Wind powers. I'm the motherfucking God of Wind. Gotta pick it on again, tell the ball again. I'm the motherfucking God of Wind. All right. Play that song maybe like 2 times, and I think you good. Oh yeah, you're the God of Stars. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's my baby. Love you, Monty.
AI has gotten, but intuitively, it doesn't make sense for it to be real. So in your mind, you're like, nah, that's not real. But then you got everybody else saying, no, I actually believe that that's real. They're just trying to play in our faces. So what if
now motherfuckers be like this? One half saying it's not real, and the other half is like it's real. They playing in our faces. Which side are you on? Because I think it's both. I think yes, it's AI generated, And yes, I think they're playing in our face, letting us know, yeah, we walk among you in human form. Ha ha ha. And if you say something, they're gonna call you a conspiracy theorist. Ha ha ha. Yes, they're mocking us, laughing at us, and that shit is AI generated. I think it's both. Black Mirror episode.
AI was created, which I believe it was, to deceive us, to make us not understand what's real and what's fake. I feel like that's the world we live in right now. It's like this big mind game for everybody to be deceived. The whole goal of the enemy is to deceive us, to create deception, mass deception.
Oh my God, I've been saying that first. I'm like, that's why my past stuff's, oh my God, you finally caught up with me. I've been saying this shit forever. The art of war is won by deception. And plus, I told motherfuckers, like, what's the point of having all this AI? What's the reason? It's to make you question what's real and what's not, to the point where when they put out the AI robots, you're not going to know who's human and who's not. So it's going to be for those that have a soul and have spirit and discernment and shit. We're going to know who they are. We're going to feel it during conversation. It's like, these motherfuckers, yes, they will probably blend in with society. Yeah, blend in with society. But the moment we start having deep conversations about the inner self, about the soul, about the spirit, about, like knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, they're going to show their hand. They're going to show their hand. It's going to either be, we're going to see the motherfucking wheels spinning in their mind, because the eyes are the windows to the soul. We're going to see it. They're either going to dismiss, try to change the subject, or probably be real enough and say, I don't know. And they still try to go to another subject. Or they'll probably shut down. They'll probably be fucking quiet and like won't say nothing. And they're trying to catalog and calculate the words you said because it's not processing in their brain. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying all that to say this. We're going to know who is who and what is what. That's all I got to say. But when it comes to the TikTok video of people ripping off their faces, showing an alien under it, I think, yes, it's AI generated. It says it under the video, and plus you can see a little bit of the AI in it. But the other half of them saying that it is real, they're just playing in our faces, that's real too. Because, we walk among you, and you're crazy if you say something about it. But we're not crazy, but they're going to call us crazy anyway. And they can't call us crazy because they already disclosed it 2-3 fucking years ago, saying that, yes, we got the technology. Yes, we motherfucking got some ships and all this bullshit. They already let us know. And plus, we seen pictures of Hitler and the alien. We seen pictures of aliens on top of the White House and all that shit. Was that CGI? Who knows? Was that AI? I don't know, man. But like, I know I saw the picture of Hitler and the alien before they start talking about a shitload of AI. I know that. But CGI been out for a very long fucking time. I got my Day Leo shades on. You already know. Looking good, Vanta. Looking good. I keep mine on. Look at the picture, baby. They're Versace frames. I got the Versace frame They Live glasses, baby. Like them photos of the Roswell aliens is AI. Right. Was they AI? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's making us question even the past. It's making us question even the past. I remember that footage. Like when I was young, I was like, oh my God, that shit look like Frieza from Dragon Ball Z, but in real form. It's Lord Frieza on an operating table. All my side books from Scholastic, book fairs, AI generated, come to think of it. Wow. And a pic of an alien meeting the president. Yep. Yeah, there was pictures of an alien meeting the president, an alien meeting Hitler. I think I saw an alien next to Gandhi. I think that was AI. But we go back to old ancient pictures in the 13th, 14th century of there being ships shooting out shit on fucking walls and pyramids and in motherfucking cathedrals and on temples. This showing the shit. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. That was a good movie. Check out Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And yeah, you already know, Vonta. Much love to the UK correspondent.
So this could be very real. And the things that they told us that were AI could be very real. And the things that they told us wasn't AI could be AI. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you get what I'm saying? That's the whole fucking point. They want you confused. They want you confused. But at the same time, us with discernment, everybody here right now, we know what they're doing. They're letting us know we walk among you. Now, so what leads to another question. What is your purpose here on this planet? Well, we can see with our common sense, critical thinking, and comprehension skills, well, we're being killed through the food, through the water, through the air, through the Z. So chances are 90% y'all here to kill us or turn us into a food source or a battery or an antenna to connect to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10G shit. Because everything is leading towards AI, robotics. Then we got people trying to put chips in motherfuckers, going to lead to transhumanism. And sooner or later, we are the humans. We're going to be outcast from society because we don't want to play along. So if my guess on what the alien agenda is, it's evil.
we are in uncharted territory now with AI being a thing. I hate it so much.
Maybe that video came from Zayless for the King, and I believe, just like he believes, that AI has been put here to sow confusion.
When I saw her face, now I'm a believer. She ripped off her face. There was no doubt in my mind. I think I'm on drugs. No, I can see her. She's a reptilian in the skies. Freestyle.
Why they gave us very powerful tools like Sora 2 to mask what is truly out there. So when we see something very bizarre on camera, people shape-shifting, taking off their faces and so forth, they'll just go ahead and say, it's just AI. This is also a way to desensitize people. And I also saw this video right here coming from a combat veteran. This video was well before any of these face mask videos.
That's a good question, okay?
A combat veteran.
For real. Good question. How do we don't know if the motherfucking pyramids were 3D printed? Right. That question goes all the way back. Oh my God, how far can we go back? Can't go far because the numbers in time are fabricated. So it's like 3D printed. God damn it. It's a strong fucking possibility it could be because they all over the world and can't nobody make these shits no more. And we got the box, square, rectangle cities now. Nobody don't know how to make this shit no more. I think like that was the last 3D printed shit out. Or are we 3D printed because we can't make the real authentic? So everything is all square boxes and rectangles and shit. These nice looking fucking buildings, but it ain't nothing nice at all. It's a fucking square box. Where's the intricate motherfucking designs like the cathedral or the Temple of the Rock or the motherfucking St. Peter's Basilica or or these Tartarian buildings that motherfucking out here? It's like they can't do it no more. So we got square boxes that fucking harness and trap our fucking energy. They think I don't know that. All these square boxes, all these square rooms, it traps your shit. Instead of shit being, like I forgot the proper frequency, energy, sound term for the shit, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Just look at your downtown area, You think they drop 500 nukes in the bottom of the ocean for no reason? That could be an explanation. You say, panspermia. They could do all the advanced civilization. Yup. Sounds out to know. What up, though? I'm going back up through the chat. Just checking. Yup. They could have. Yup. You think that was by accident? They tell us 1,000 nukes was lost at the bottom of the ocean. Yup. They wilding.
This video was well before any of these face mask videos.
The shoebox, he had the pictures of people being executed, but he also had a mask in the shoebox, and he pulled this mask out, and the mask was a human face, but the human face had the eyes in it, and it was warm. And the back of the mask had an imprint that looked like scales. And so this was very bizarre, and the eyes on the back of the side of the mask were not for my eyes, I know that. So it was something that, I can honestly, I'm a firm believer in Socrates' principles of, true wisdom comes from knowing that I know nothing. I don't know what that mask belonged to. I don't know if it was alien or a race that's maybe been on the planet since prehistoric eras, or some secret government project, but I do know that was much more advanced than
he said, or some secret government project. He said that fast, or some secret government project. It's all of
technology I had ever seen. I don't think we could have reproduced that. I don't know how it was made. It was basically a living mask.
Did you know the U.S. government once admitted it secretly controlled the media, and almost nobody remembers it? During the Cold War, the CIA launched a program called Operation Mockingbird. Its goal wasn't spying, it was control, specifically controlling what the public read, heard, and believed. Declassified documents and congressional hearings later revealed that the CIA recruited journalists, editors, and publishers both in the U.S. and overseas. They didn't always spread false stories. Sometimes they did something more effective. They decided which stories were amplified and which ones disappeared. This program was exposed in the 1970s during the Church Committee investigation. Former intelligence officials admitted these relationships existed. The official explanation was that it was necessary to protect national security, so they said. And then came the promise that it had ended. But critics point out something unsettling. If a government once admitted it secretly shaped media narratives, how would the public ever know if it happened again? There wouldn't be an announcement. There wouldn't be proof. There would only be silence. And silence can be just as powerful as a lie. And if that's just the stuff they're admitting, what else could they be hiding? As always, stay weird.
That video came from Beyond Weird, and this is exactly what we're seeing with social media today.
And plus, I always say, look up the Smith-Mundt Act. Look up the Smith-Mundt Act. Smith, y'all know how to spell Smith, S-M-I-T-H, Mundt, M-U-N-D-N-T, because like people probably think I'm saying month. Like, no, it's M-U-N-D-N-T, and then Act, A-C-T. It's raining, not much wind yet. Hopefully by TP it doesn't blow away. That's right, Vonta. Fuck the government. Government using weather dominators and shit. Hope everybody stays safe over there. Stay warm.
For the most part, they moved on from TVs and movies, for the most part anyway, and their main focus is mind control, soft disclosures, and so forth through social media, especially things like TikTok.
Strictly speaking, it would be legal to clone me, for example, tomorrow. And this is the place it's most likely to happen, a leading IVF clinic outside of New York. Behind those walls, there are people with the technology, the ability, and the desire to genetically engineer human embryos.
Genetic engineer human embryos. Can y'all say we're making clones without making clones? Can you say we out here making clones without saying we're making clones? This is no different from what MIT is doing. They're supposed to be an AI tech, and now they making fucking bodies and try to motherfucker put brains with no emotions in them. What the fuck y'all using these people for? Y'all using these people to replace us. Now, I say if the military was doing this, I would come to the conclusion you're trying to create super soldiers. But this right here, these people are about to go into society to deceive people or possibly eradicate them. So it's diabolical, which creates another division: humans versus machines. Maybe 10, 15, 20 years from now, after they put out all these fucking fake artificial people, they're going to be fucking up some shit. And then we're going to have to motherfucking fight them instead of fighting the government that created those motherfuckers. This is why I say it's time to start hacking. It's time to start hacking, because like once motherfuckers say yes, then I got to be like, I'm about to use you to rob a bank for me. I'm about to use you to go into this motherfucker store and grab this PS5 for me with your money. And you're going to drop it off at my crib. And then you're going to go back home and I'm going to turn your motherfucking chip back on. You can be like, where the fuck was you at for 5 hours? I don't know. I thought I was at work and I came here. Dad, you got hacked again. Dad, you got hacked again. Check your bank account, Dad. Check your bank account. Oh, shit. I just lost $3,000. See, Dad? You're supposed to get the safety protocol hacking chip from Tesla. Or from Hanson Robotics. Or from whatever new corporation out here making shit. They close everyone famous so they don't need to risk their safety being in public. Yup. But like they could just get a lookalike to do that. We got a Michael Jackson lookalike in Detroit. That motherfucker look just like Mike. My homeboy is his bodyguard and shit. The dude go out and get break. That nigga go out and make money. And we got another Michael Jackson lookalike called Michael Trapson. He funny as hell. This nigga viral all over the motherfucking social media. But we got a lookalike here, and like he go to the we got the Motown, the motherfucking like the hits, the motherfucking the Motown spot. Now it's a museum and shit. They go there, take pictures, and he go around and like do his shows and shit. Then my homeboy is his bodyguard. Why do you think clone has become? Let me say this right. Colloquialism for cosplay. Colloquialism? Colloquialism? I gotta pronounce this shit. Are you saying every celebrity is a clone? Stunt devils are called clones. Yeah. Yeah, but I think I heard a celebrity motherfucker was sitting next to one of his stunt devils. He looked just like him. And plus, Will Smith made that movie about clones and shit. He was fighting himself, like a younger version of himself for some shit. Cosplay real people did just blow up as a profession for no reason. It's a psyop. I can say most of it, but like it's supposed to be for fun. It's supposed to be, like you dress up as our favorite characters, go to a convention, buy some merch, go back to your motel, get your smash on with a couple chicks you met, with the schoolgirl outfit on, looking like Sailor Moon, clapping her cheeks, and go to the second day convention and shit, get some more souvenirs and probably have a purple bitch moment. If you don't know who the purple bitch is, look it up. She be going in with her friends. They dress up like all my favorite characters. But yes, the CIA do be motherfucking infiltrating this shit. And here's how I know, can they lock the motherfucker up for going to an anime convention and for having anime in his phone? So some bullshit. But when I first seen cosplay, it was in the 90s and when Tomb Raider came out. Tomb Raider was the first chick I seen. Tomb Raider and Sonya Blade. Like those two was marketing Tomb Raider and Mortal Kombat. First cosplayers. That was marketed, like by the company. So yeah, you're right. I wonder if Meet Day was about Dave Chappelle. Could have been. You need to put a blunt between those fingers, baby. Smoke weed every day. The best stars in Hollywood are right above them, yup. Because the only stars are in the sky. Are in the
The
sky.
first in the world to successfully clone a human being.
There's no doubt that human beings will be cloned.
Dr. Jacques Cohen, a leader in his field, simply needs the approval of his clinic's ethics committee to make history. So if I had the money, you had the permission, you could clone me tomorrow.
Well, I wouldn't say tomorrow. It'll take a year or two.
Mind you, this was 1999.
Probably risen 2 years.
Yeah, and this interview was in 1999. They cloned the sheep in 1997. Remember that? Remember that shit? For those that's my age, y'all probably remember that shit. I'm 38. Well, I turned 38 on the 17th of this month, but I claim my birthday right now. This whole month is my birthday, so happy birthday to me. Now, yeah, but this was 99.
On 60 minutes.
On 60 Minutes, by the way.
What you're seeing here is an actual cloning taking place at the research facility in Scotland that pioneered the technique.
It was in Scotland. Scotland Yard. From the mean streets of Scotland. You feel better? You know what I'm saying? What was her name from Doctor Who? She played Amy Pond, redhead, beautiful redhead. I love when she wear her little cop outfit with the short skirt. Her name was Amy Pond on the show. What is her name? Her name is Karen Gilliam or Karen Gilliam. I think Karen Gilliam. Beautiful redhead. Scottish chick. She was hot. Happy birthday, Hurricane. Oh, shit. You know what? I like that. Supposedly real cloning tech was perfected in the 40s. Yep, I heard about that. They perfected that shit during the World War II. I heard about that. Why you think Operation Paperclip had to motherfucking get started? It's like they gonna run those motherfucking scientists, bring them bitches over here. We're gonna call this shit NASA. And take some of those other scientists, put them in the lab for the cloning process. Oh yeah, America, fuck yeah, Operation Paperclip, yeah. Freedom is the only way. Fact, symbolism is international. That's a bar. I know it ain't no rhyme, but I could put that in a rhyme and make a dog ass bar with that. Shouts out to K. When I was a kid, I instinctively knew all this new technology ain't really new. Like, what are the chances the year 2000 suddenly the world changing? That's a psyop, bro. Exactly. Because they had everybody thinking that it was the end of the world as we know it. It wasn't the end at all. It was an upgrade to technology. Because soon the Nokia comes out. Then the Metro PCS, where they finally put the internet on your fucking phone. I know people back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s didn't see that coming. I can watch Pinky, Cherokee, and Carmen Hayes on my cell phone. I know nobody didn't think of that shit. But then we saw the Motorola Razr. I was like, oh my God, this Razr. I don't even want to hold this phone. I don't even want to hold this fucking phone. This bitch is so fucking beautiful and slick. Boost Mobile, Nextel. And then the iPhone, iPad. Like, whoa. Like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? What does red herring mean? Red herring? It was red herring. I used to watch I used to watch a pup named Scooby-Doo. And Fred used to always blame that red hair nigga. Like it was red herring. It's like, nigga, why the fuck you keep on blaming me for shit? Much love, Vata. What does that mean, baby? Teach me. Teach me. Yeah, it's a ruse. That nigga red herring was mad as hell. That nigga used to always be like, nigga, Fred, stop blaming that nigga. Stop blaming that nigga for shit. He ain't even do nothing. But he always end up popping up every time they say that nigga name. Pup named Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo. There's a mystery in town. Who's the coolest pup around? Scooby. A puppy named Scooby-Doo. Hey, yo, man. I grew up on Scooby-Doo. I used to watch all that shit. From the original to the new shit. I think the last Scooby-Doo I saw was in like the early 2000s. And I think it was fighting some witches or some shit. I was like, wait, that makes a lot of sense. If they're evil and neglected veterans, why should we believe this whack footage? Right. Right. Because I covered some shit about the motherfucking people setting up cameras and, telling motherfuckers to get in position and shit. So, like, there was motherfuckers on the ground posing as injured victims, but a motherfucker was smiling. One motherfucker laying down, supposed to be injured, but like he looking up at the camera and shit. Like, you got a good shot? Like, what the fuck? Yes, you are so fucking right. You are so right. I covered that. Shouts out to everybody in the chat. Yep. She made a promise not to tell other teachers. What? 8th grade history teacher risked her job and spent a whole semester teaching us conspiracy theories. We had I had a teacher named Brana Kamal. He was like from Africa, but like he spoke real good English. But he was teaching us shit, but briefly though. He was like, what he was doing was when he gave his lecture, in between the lecture, he's, he'll say, but what really happened was this. He'll talk like kind of low. And then he'll tell us the real truth of what really happened. I was like, oh shit. And then he'll finish off what was in the book and, what's on the board. But he made sure, but briefly, he made sure he told us the truth about what was going on, about what we was reading. And I'm gonna never forget that. I will never forget that. It was in my 10th grade year, right before I dropped out. But dude was cool. Like, he was a cool teacher that year. And we had a geometry teacher that was an ex-porn star. Her name was Miss Buttermilk. I mean, that wasn't her school name. I forgot her school name, but like once we found out, like it was Buttermilk all day. And I think I had a history teacher named Mr. Montgomery. He was a cool teacher. Like, he reminded me of Mr. Dress Up. Like, if anybody remember Mr. Dress Up, like, it's an old white guy with glasses and shit, but like cooler though, like he let us do projects, like he let us watch movies and shit, it was a fun class, and he made sure he kept it fun, because like history is boring if you motherfucking, like if you presenting it the wrong way. History class could be boring as shit, but like the way he presented it, and like brought the excitement and enthusiasm to it, it was pretty cool. Yeah. A puppy named Scooby-Doo. She was a flat earther. Some people believe that Stanley Kubrick directed the moon footage. Some people said it was either Stanley Kubrick or somebody, or like somebody else great like at that time. But I heard it was either Stanley or somebody else. Yep, I heard about that. You have to believe is what Jesus would do. You have to believe. I'm like, what would Danny McBride do? He'll blow up some shit and say, big ass titties, boom. Capricorn. Yeah. Oh, she told us about Project Bluebeam. What? She told you about Project Bluebeam? Oh, yeah. That could have got her fired. That could have got her super fired. There's a good documentary called A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Moon by James Fox. I'm about to write that down. Thank you, Vonta. Thank you, Vonta. Got something to watch for later. And I got my ink pen and my glasses. I can't see without my glasses. Where's my glasses again? Like, there they go. Like I forgot these the motherfucking clear ass $100 Chamberlain frames from Warby Parker. You said a funny thing happened on the way to the moon. Fly me to the moon. Let me play upon the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Hurricane Fontaine. And some great, it's great Wi-Fi's on it. Oh, yeah. You know I love the Wi-Fi's, baby. You know I love the Wi-Fi's. And Hecklefish, that's my guy. Hecklefish don't trust nothing. I'm with him. I'm with Hecklefish all day. Still fun to watch. Say Wi-Fi's is paying opposition. I ain't gotta say that. But even if it is, it's like some of that information, I just grab the truth and I leave. That's why I just grab the truth and I dip. But but it's very entertaining. Like, God damn it. I'm sorry to say this. I could probably say 80%, 80% definitely probably controlled opposition. And 20%, it's real. And and I'm glad I'm part of one of the real channels out here. I'm so fucking glad. You put on munition, chips, and toys. Damn, speaking of munition, chips, and toys, you remember Small Soldiers, where the government put the chips in the toys and the toys came alive and damn near blew up the whole goddamn neighborhood? These motherfuckers. You remember Home Alone, or was it Home Alone 3? Or was it Home Alone 4? Where the kid had the chip in the car and the motherfucking agents was after the AI chip? They was talking about it then. Holy shit. Just thinking about it, man. Thanks for making me go back. And plus, I'm glad I'm still a movie buff to have these full fucking memories of all these movies that had all this crazy shit in it. They was trying to kill a kid over an AI chip. You got the reference, mate. You already know. And plus, if I'm not mistaken, what was the name of those toys? I know Captain Archer was the leader of the motherfucking soldiers, but I'm trying to think about the name of the other tribe of the good guys. What's the Moonanites or some shit? Oh no, the Moonanites is on Aqua Team Hunger Force. Yeah, still fun to watch. Oh yeah, still fun to watch. You already know. Hecklefish, you already know, Vonta. You don't trust shit.
In theory, it's blindingly simple. Here, it's an animal. But just as easily, you can take a cell from a human. A scraping of skin will do. Then, get an egg from a female, remove the nucleus and fuse the two with a spark of electricity. And ta-da, you have an embryo. Implant the embryo in a woman, and 9 months later, you have a carbon copy of the person from whom the skin scraping was taken.
Is if they were telling us this back in 1999, where do you think they are 25, 26 years later? And if they were open with this back in 1999, what do you think they were doing behind closed doors well before this?
Exactly.
They could probably instantaneously create an adult clone, a humanoid, a chimera, anything. But when it comes to a lot of these people in Hollywood, these government officials we think may have passed away.
Oh yeah, Kay, you heard exactly right. A scan sample from me, an egg from you, they extract the nucleus out some shit, and they did some other shit and injected it in another female and make another version of Hurricane. Yes, you heard that right. 1999 in Scotland on 60 Minutes. You heard correctly. She was like, so you can build me tomorrow? It's like, nope, it's gonna take a year. It's gonna take a year for the full clone to be cool. So just an extra 3 months. Just an extra 3 months. It ain't no 9-month birth. It's gonna be like a 12-month birth. That shit is wild, son. That shit is wild. A scan sample for me. It could be a scrape. Like it's a scrape. Get an embryo. Take out some nuclear shit. You got yourself a full-fledged human.
Way, they create a clone and then they have them take on whole new roles with a different name. That is why a lot of these people look eerily similar on the world stage.
Joey Wilson is a father who lives in Sacramento, California, where he and his family have been happily living for the past few years, but not everything has been entirely pleasant at home. Things between him and a quote-unquote neighbor have gotten very strange. According to Joey, there is an old lady who keeps peeking at him through his bushes in the backyard. She often appears in this area, just staring at him from a distance. Now, he's already called police to remove this person from his property, as he believes it could have been an elderly person who was lost and confused. But when police came, they couldn't find anyone, let alone any traces of a person who was hiding. If no one was there, then how is it that Joey was able to record a face hiding in the bushes? Take a look.
Like, I don't know why I kept recording. I was just supposed to record that other shit. I'm trying to see what's ahead of this. And I'm trying to see what the fuck was I thinking.
This reminds me of the whole Hawaii Sand situation.
Where people
camera, but if you look closely, something about her seems a bit off. It's the way she appears that might be the reason why so many think this wasn't a stranger, but instead something else.
Yeah. Like when I saw this shit, it looked like an AI. It looked like an AI, and the nigga was probably trying to go viral.
Pale complexion, or the unnatural movement of this figure, Joey has found it necessary to build a fence in front of the bushes where it keeps showing up. But even with the barrier set up, the visitations haven't stopped. Because recently, in a photo that Joey snapped, what looks like a
way, she tries to mail the piece back, but 3 months later, it ends up coming right back to her. So now she's determined to go to Egypt herself to return the piece in hopes that it breaks whatever curse her family has fallen victim to. But this story reminds me so much of what happened to the crew who unearthed King Tut's tomb. The man who financed the excavation was found dead within 3 months after King Tut's mummified body was removed from his burial site. While in Egypt, he had gotten bit by a mosquito, and one day while shaving his face, he reopened the mosquito bite, which led to blood poisoning. And that would be what would claim the very first person of the so-called Pharaoh's curse, which dozens of people supposedly fell victim to. 5 months later, that man's half-brother ultimately died of the same cause after getting dental surgery done. Another man hosted a dinner party at his home in Baltimore where he was showing his friends the items he had collected from King Tut's tomb. About 30 minutes after his guests had left for the evening, his house suddenly went up in flames. He could have escaped the fire, but in desperation to save the manuscript he had been working on, he went back inside and never came out. The name of the manuscript he was trying to save? The Egyptian Book of the Dead. Another man suddenly dropped dead at the age of 46, and that man's father would go on to unalive himself by jumping off from the 7th story of a building. But before doing so, he wrote a note that said, quote, "I have succumbed to a curse which forces me to disappear. The message was allegedly written in his own blood.
That video came from Oddities on Elm Street, and my question happens to be, why do people have to constantly mess with things, touch things, and even take things home with them?
Exactly. Archaeology to me is called grave robbing. For real. Why? See, I said y'all gonna touch the wrong shit, and y'all gonna bring some shit back to your crib, and you're gonna be cursed. This motherfucker went down the list on everybody that fucked with King Tut. But yet, people are still digging. People are still finding shit. I'm gonna be like, all right, you're gonna find the wrong shit, and you're gonna motherfucker probably plague the whole goddamn earth on some video game movie shit, and it's gonna be The Mummy Returns in this bitch. I love The Mummy and The Mummy Returns, but like what I hate about The Mummy and The Mummy Returns is the depiction of who's the bad guy is. The bad guy is not supposed to be that bad guy. Real shit. They really fucked up Imhotep's name on some real shit. You know, I just want to get out of the way. But the movie is awesome. Brandon Fraser is a bad motherfucker. That's his last best work.
Reminds me of the whole Hawaii sand situation where people were collecting sand from Hawaii in the Pacific beach. They would bring it home, and their life would become so bad they would do anything to take a plane ride right back to Hawaii to return the sand. Even if you don't believe in curses and things like that, why even risk taking a piece of the pyramid anyway?
Symbols at the Hoover Dam in Nevada, these winged figures of Republic sitting right outside, maybe guardian angels or fallen angels. There's a 16-point star right next to it, and it's a compass, but it has the astrological symbols all around it. Also says to the magnetic pole of the earth, reminding us that this was built in alignment. Now, this plaque sits outside. Over 100 men lost their lives. Here is a photo of some of the men that were workers there, just looking to make a dollar. Now, remember that this dammed up the largest reservoir in the United States, which is called Lake Mead. Here it is. Remember, anything that is...
Yeah, so I look up Lake Mead. It's some type of 16-pointed star on that bitch. Whole bunch of motherfuckers died.
Holding back water. That water is power. Water is power. And look at the symbol of the bridge there. Just the way everything is symbol. These little symbols are all throughout the plant. They say they also hold energy, but they also say they're Native American symbols. And there's just so much that can go on and on. I could just show you a whole bunch of stuff, but this was really intriguing and very highly energetic.
Can you take pictures and record videos with it? Absolutely. Just one tap on the side and it's recording, no phone required. These smart glasses save every...
Light zones inside of some of the national parks on the American West. Now, the reason why I say the American West is almost all no-light zones only exist on the western side of the United States. There's only one no-light zone on the East Coast. All these no-light zones are almost always in the desert, okay? Now, at first appearance, a lot of people say, well, no light zone is just for nature. It's just to enjoy the beauty of it. So there's no light pollution, and we keep it like how it was thousands of years ago. I could take that at face value, but when you look into these laws of the no light zone, it goes way further than no light. A lot of these zones are actually no light, no mechanic zone, and that means that you can't use any kind of machinery either, even if it doesn't emit light. Like you can't use things like chainsaws or anything with a motor, so even a bike with a motor on it is against the rules. It's not emitting light. How this gets even deeper of the reason why I think there is some kind of conspiracy going on here or something that they are not wanting us to know about is in these no light zones. There are some areas in these no light zones that it is so strict that if you need emergency evac, even the rescuers have to get the approvals to use lights to come and rescue you.
Yeah, now that I did not know that was going on in the United States. I didn't know there was a such thing called no light zones. And there's laws within that. I did not know that. I did not fucking know that. So I'm kind of glad I kept
They know that you have fallen down a canyon and you have snapped your legs at both of your kneecaps, and they know they need to get you out of there. They have to still get special approval to fly a helicopter in there or to use a vehicle to get you out or to produce.
Oh, but if a rich motherfucker fell down in a goddamn ravine in a no light zone, they'll send the Illuminati chopper in 2 minutes. Black helicopter spraying shit, get people COVID. I'm the Black Alex Jones, Infowars.com. Black helicopter saving elites in the no light zones. What What the fuck you doing in no light zones? Trafficking kids. I'm the Black Alex Jones, Infowars.com. The real Alex Jones, his name is Alex James. He's controlled opposition. He said Candace Owens is an agent.
Light at nighttime. Where the conspiracies come in is there some kind of creature that lives out there in the desert that is drawn to the light or drawn to the noise of machinery? Okay. You start talking about skin.
Well, you have no light zones there too. What? I think they be doing secret government shit. There's probably a secret underground lab underground. I think the ground opens up where like a motherfucking airplane comes down or some shit. Even the phone agrees. Boop, 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 boop.
We don't say this. My wife's a Native American. She does not let me say that word out loud, especially out here, in our neck of the woods. But a SW could be very drawn to a light because out there in the desert, it could oftentimes be flat for very, very, very far, or you can see the smallest light source. I mean, I was in the Grand Canyon one time, and we were in a no light zone. Somebody turned on a light anyhow, and I mean, I had to estimate they were miles away, and I could see them like that. I mean, it was so easy to spot them. It was just a little red light, and it was on for just a few seconds, and I mean, it was like my eyes drew right to it. So I can't imagine if there was some kind of creature or some kind of group out there that would be drawn to that. They would want you to have the lights on. Next, you go to these like weird conspiracies, like, is there no machinery because that's vibrations? And then you get into the weird stuff like, the sandworms on trimmers and like the really weird stuff. But here's the one that I'm intrigued about.
Woo! Now that's what I'm talking about. Good news, everyone. I got my Ninja Turtle Rotor collection. Now, what's crazy is how you know I fucks with the Ninja Turtles. Nah, you probably just made that comment out of nowhere, but you know what? That resonates with my nostalgia and my childhood. I grew up on watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Turtles in a half step, Turtle Power. And we had the game on the NES. You already know what it is. And I followed it all the way up until the art style changed. I was like, oh my God. But when I went to the comics and I read the Ronin, the story behind the Ronin, oh my fucking God. That's my favorite story. That's my favorite fucking story. That Ronin, man, he have every fucking right to be who he is. But the situations that led up to the moment, I was like, oh, this is deep. This is deep. Shout out to Solo, bro. To say off topic, but did you know you can make a microphone using a microwave like someone can sell a hack microwave and spy on you? I believe that. I definitely believe that. Because I watch microwaves get so high tech, that motherfucker do shit on his own. Once I knew that they could put a radio inside of a microwave, that's when I knew shit was a wrap. I'm like, how's there a radio on your microwave? How's your radio built in your mic? I saw this shit in the late 90s. Now, I don't know if he took his motherfucking shit apart or like they actually had a brand that actually had a radio in the microwave. It shit fucked me up. It was a radio in the microwave. I don't know if he built it himself or he bought it from GE. What was GE? I think General Electric or probably I don't know what the brands was. I know like GE was most of the shit. Microwave is a great Faraday cage too. What? That's what I'm talking about. You know about a Faraday cage. See, Vontae's like, that's why you my UK correspondent. Faraday cages all over everything. We putting that shit on our phones, TVs, and the house. You ain't about to see through our shit. Oh yeah, a Faraday cage, it blocks out all the signals from if anybody trying to spy on you. You know, I know, right? Just hope no one turns it on.
in no light areas. Like I said, I could see that light in the Grand Canyon real easy.
Yeah,
Start
yep.
getting into the UFO
Because
stuff.
EMPs, yep.
Could
yep.
somebody theoretically go into this desert where there's no light, so your light would stick out really good, and you could almost communicate in some way, or draw the.
I think you can. I think you can buy one, man, but I forgot where. Some of the government don't like us buying these Faraday cages either. Because they're gonna be like, what you got to hide? I'm hiding from y'all bitches spying on me, or just in case y'all motherfucking release an EMP and knock out all my shit. At least I'll have my shit still on. Where everybody running like chickens with their head cut off and shit. You take out the heating conductor, then wrap inside of a 10-foil. Got a 10-foil half of that.
In by flickering these lights, because out in the American West, that's where like almost all of the super iconic UFO incidences happened. I mean, you're talking about like Roswell and the whole Area 51 stuff. All that stuff is out there. Is that another reason why they don't want machineries or lights? Is because they have secret bases out there like Area 51.
Like I said, they got military bases out there doing dumb shit. And the aliens and the humans are working together. And they don't want us to see that. They want us to see a motherfucking military official and an alien hop inside of a spaceship together and do some alien maneuvers in motherfucking skies and shit. Or they don't want us to see the military dressing up like aliens, getting in the spaceship and flying around and shit.
And any kind of machinery might be able to detect them or disturb some kind of study they're doing underground.
Now, I did a video on that. All they need is 3 pings. All they need is 3 pings. Yes, you're right about those radio towers. The first one, it has a faint track. The second one, it motherfucking the motherfucking shit is stronger. And the third tower you pass, it got your location. Deep underground military bases. You're right. Yeah, but they can clone humans. That means they be making hybrids. Yeah, they making hybrids, so we can call them. They making super soldiers, or they making to people or they're making people to replace us, so they can control with them goddamn Tesla chips. or whatever chip that the government make, or like whatever Tesla make, or whatever Minotaurs and shit. Yep. I call that gene splicing and genetic manipulation, because I don't think a nigga fucked a horse. But I do believe that you can motherfucking do some gene splicing in a lab using a whole bunch of magic, alchemy, and a whole bunch of other shit probably to make that Minotaur. But if there was some motherfuckers smashing sheeps and goats, and they had goatmen and yeah. So, oh my God, that shit is sick, man. That's why I'm going with the genetic manipulation and gene splicing route. Because I used to watch Hercules, the Legendary Journeys and shit. And like Hercules used to fight drunk ass minotaurs that don't know how to motherfucking shut the fuck up or keep their hands off the lovely ladies. So Hercules had to come and beat that ass. And I'm like, this is a half man, half horse. Was that real? Yup, go hybrid to make the right to make the alphabet. Yup. Now we on to the next one. What's this? What was this one? The NPC, I think.
I want to talk about something that many of you may have experienced at some time in your life, where you were in public, maybe on a train or a bus, maybe you were just driving down the street. Actually, anywhere that you have been where there were people you didn't know. It could have been a small group of people or a massive crowd. But have you ever noticed someone in a crowd who felt out of place? Not visually, but existentially. You know, like they shouldn't be there. Have you ever seen a person who didn't seem connected to the space around them at all? Sensed someone's presence before you actually saw them, but wish you hadn't? Ever walked past someone and felt a sudden, unexplainable heaviness? Ever felt compelled not to look at someone sitting alone on the sidewalk? Ever notice a figure who seemed frozen in time while everything else moved normally? Ever seen someone whose stillness felt intentional, like they were waiting, watching? So what I'm getting at here is, out of all the people that surround you each day, what are the chances that every once in a while you pass by or see a person that is not really there? Or you see a person that is not really a person? Because, you know, some things don't hide in shadows. They hide in crowds. Most people don't realize how often their body knows something before their mind does. You can be walking down a perfectly normal street, nothing visibly wrong, nothing happening that would make sense to be afraid of, but something inside you tightens up, right? And there's no clear reason for it. No thought you can point to, just a sense that something isn't right. It's that internal alarm that goes off. That spidey sense, right? For some people, it shows up as a tightness in the chest, like the air just got heavier. Some people get goosebumps, or a lot of time, people will feel that instinctive pull to change direction, to cross the street, to speed up or to slow down, to put distance between themselves and whatever it is that they're sensing. You know, there's a certain kind of encounter people describe over and over, and it almost always sounds ordinary at first. Someone
I love Minority Report. That's a good movie.
Maybe they're on a sidewalk against a building, not moving much, not really drawing any attention to themselves. They're just there. They're not holding a sign, not asking for money, not trying to get anyone's attention. Their eyes are just looking straight ahead, not really focused on anything in particular.
Hell yeah, that movie was crazy. My favorite scene was when they cornered that nigga in that motherfucking alley. He fucked those niggas up and exploded the fuck out of there on a jetpack. The nigga that was holding that, he was holding for dear life. Like, Tom Cruise had the stern look like, nigga, I'm out this bitch. Tom Cruise like, nigga, I'm out this bitch. Well, fuck y'all up. I'm out here on a jetpack while this nigga hanging on for dear life. Like, he fucked those niggas up in that motherfucking alley. I don't know if he was in the alley or look, I know he was outside though. I know he was outside when he fucked those motherfuckers up. I was like, nah, when I watched it. Oh, he was 9. He was learning about what the government about to do to us right now, because they doing that shit now. Oh, you're so 9 years old. Watching Minority Report. But that was a good movie. That was a good movie.
As by, cars go by, the city keeps moving, and they remain completely still, like they're disconnected from whatever moment everyone else is in. What stands out is how untouched they seem by everything around.
And plus what made me mad was they had the girl in the motherfucking little pod and shit. I'm like, man, why is they doing that little girl like that? You know what I'm saying? You know, like if I was a kid seeing it, I would have been sad for the kid. I'm like, man, why they got the girl in there doing this? And why they chasing that man like that? And why the government reading my mind? Like that probably would have been last, because I cared about the girl. I cared about the girl that was in the pod. So I was like, oh, that's some bullshit. You like, right. I know you felt for the little girl. Like, why they doing a girl like that? But I think I saw it when I was I think it came out when I was in high school, but I ain't seen it till like I got like older. And I was like, whoa, this shit cold. But it came out when I was in high school, I think. Trying to remember what year did Minority Report come out? Because it could have been after high school.
You know, the weather doesn't matter, rain, heat, cold, it's all the same. Noise doesn't register either. Sirens, traffic, conversations, footsteps, none of it seems to pull their attention. Time feels strange around them too. You walk down the street and take a glance back seconds later, or you're much farther down the street and nothing has shifted at all.
Yep, it came out in 2002. I was leaving 8th grade going into high school. So like depending on what month, if it was before the summer, I was in 8th grade. If it was after the summer, I'm getting ready to go to high school for my freshman year. But yep, I knew it came out when I was in high school, but like I didn't see it until I got older. I didn't see it till maybe like I'd probably say like 2008, 2009. All right, are we back? Are we back? Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all? All right, I think I'm back. Shit. Oh my fucking God, man. See, like it's that shit right there that made me just want to say, man, like I can't wait to leave YouTube. I hope y'all hear me. I hear you. Thank you for hearing me, man. This is some bullshit. But how many minutes did I go by? Like 2 minutes, 5 minutes? Damn. I just want to say fuck YouTube. I just want to say fuck YouTube and everything it stands for. YouTube, you ain't shit. Neil Mohan, I hope you get kicked in the face by a fucking content creator because you fucked up their life. I hope they fuck you up, Neil. Real shit. Real fucking shit. All right, just a few minutes. All right, cool. God damn. Shit like that happens, people leave. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully everything will come back. Hopefully everything will be back. God damn. I gotta roll up. That shit almost blew my high, but I'm gonna spark this bitch up anyway. I gotta roll up. Here we go.
For some strange reason, they either stay on your mind or you completely forget. Not because of sympathy or fear exactly, but because something about the encounter won't settle in. There are some encounters that don't feel like you're meeting another person at all. They feel more like you stepped into something that was already there. It's like the person is oddly tied to a specific spot.
Hold it down for me.
Always in the same place, positioned the same way, almost like part of the landscape itself. It doesn't feel like they arrived there or chose to sit there. It feels like that's where they belong, as if they're rooted to the concrete.
Yeah, it's like some people you see, they always go to the same spot, or just like, you know, like people that are out of place. It's like I seen the same bum for like 10, 15 years. Same spot, same store, do the same shit, same routine every day. It's like they compelled to go to that spot. It's like, you know, like then you find out certain gang stalkers are homeless or bums and shit, and like they don't even care. Some of them actually go into a motherfucking home to go to sleep at night, and you think they are fucking bums, but they not. You know, it's like it's fucking wild. I watched a bum get into a BMW. Y'all know that scene on Don't Be a Menace where that bum was out there acting like a fucking bum, and he took off the bum clothes, got in his suit, and he hopped in a whip and dipped? Yo, that shit was fucking real. So you wonder, it's like, shit, nigga, I don't feel like working a 9 to 5. I'll be out here panhandling all day. I'll rack up $100 a day, go downtown, go to the suburbs, go to a couple liquor stores and gas stations, post up by the freeway, post up on the overpass, post up. Get my money real quick, hop back in my whip and get the fuck off. But shout out to everybody for coming back. I'm back. Welcome back. Away,
the corner of the street. So instead of thinking about them as individuals moving through society, it begins to feel more like The way people describe haunted locations. You feel their weight the moment you step into them, even if nothing visibly changes. There's an energy or a presence in that place, right? Okay, so what if some encounters aren't with people, but with places wearing human form? Something like a manifestation, an apparition formed by the energy left behind or the spiritual presence.
It's real, but it's sensationalized.
You know, we have to remember that encounters like these go way back. Long before modern cities and security cameras, people were already telling stories about figures who looked human, but clearly weren't. Folklore is full of them. Beings that pass as ordinary, sit among the living, and draw no attention unless someone notices something slightly off.
Yep.
Every culture seems to have its own version. The watcher who never blinks, the silent one who never speaks, the seated figure who appears in the same place and never moves. The names change, the settings change, but the descriptions stay consistent. There's another pattern that shows up as well, again and again, and it has to do with memory. People will struggle to remember the person's face, even moments later. Clothing details blur or disappear. Height, age, hair color, things you think you would normally recall without effort, but those details slip away fast. What gives these encounters their darkness isn't violence or threat. In most cases, it's nothing aggressive that happens at all. The darkness feels quieter than that. It feels empty. Sometimes it feels indifferent. There's no sense of anger or intent, just a complete lack of human recognition. And that's what unsettles people the most. The fear doesn't come from sensing anything evil. It comes from sensing absence, from standing near something that feels neutral in a way humans aren't, you see? When people start sharing modern encounters, the pattern becomes harder to ignore. Someone talks about a stranger who repeated the same sentence to them word for word, hours or even days apart, with the same tone and the same expression, as if nothing in between had happened. Another person describes a brief interaction where someone seemed completely present, only to suddenly shift, like a switch flipped, and their personality flattened or reset in real time. One detail
that happens to me all the time when I used to go to work in my early 20s. Same guy, always talking about the same shit, same tone, same frequency, same facial expression, same eye contact, and then he walk off in some like robotic way. I mean, like not like a robot. Like, you know, like he still walked like a human, man, but like it felt robotic. It's like, goddamn, you go home and you reset, you come to work and you talk the same dialogue with everybody, because I hear him talking to other people about other shit, but it's the same tone and frequency. But it's like, all right, when I talk to that person, I'll talk about this. I talk to this person, I'll talk about that. It's like the same shit, and it fucking blew my fucking mind. This is some scary shit.
That comes up more often than people are comfortable admitting is the eyes. Now, when I talk to people, one event that seemed to occur very often was
they always tell me, open your eyes, Kane. It's like I'm sorry, like I smoke too much. So like if you see me and my eyes is low, just know I'm high. Yes, and when they say the eyes are the windows to the soul, you can definitely see. Oh yeah, I see your soul, Kane. That motherfucker high as hell. Open your eyes. I'm like, you know, my eyes is open, but I can see you. It's like, open your eyes. I used to hear that shit. Shouts out to Mama Sheila. Shout out to godbrother Tony and my godbrother baby girl, man. Because we used to chill at her house like sometimes after work. You know, like after we get paid and shit. You know, we go over there, you know, we put in on some drink, put in on some weed, listen to some music, play the game, talk shit, go to the Coney Island. And then I end the night hopping on the bus high as hell on my way home. Good times. You already know.
Witnessing a moment where something changes in the eyes, where the eyes seem to lose depth or warmth, like the light behind them dims and their eyes go black. It's not dramatic or cinematic like a movie. It's subtle.
Yep.
Then we have videos of glitch people or individuals frozen mid-action, repeating the same movement or behaving in ways that feel looped. Security footage adds another layer to it, with figures appearing in one spot, disappearing in the next frame, or remaining completely motionless while everything around them moves. What's important is what these encounters are not. These aren't monsters. They aren't overtly threatening or malicious. In most cases, they're functional. They have jobs. They walk, talk, and move through the world without drawing attention. They don't stand out until something breaks the surface, until someone tries to actually connect with them. That's when the unease starts, because they blend in perfectly until you try to connect.
Yeah. Yeah, let's talk about sports and shit. Let's talk about sports, religion, this, that, like all the main shit people distracted about. Keep that dialogue. But like as soon as you start breaking that surface on who am I, what I'm doing here, where you go, you lead this bitch, start talking about some deep shit. Womp, womp, womp. It's like, what's the song when the computer go off? What's that sound? Dun, 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 whatever the fuck the sound is. Like when niggas get their lights knocked out and shit, all those memes, when the computer shuts off, they make like a certain sound. That's what be in their head. Do. Listen, people. They're listen, people. You already know. Oh. Yep.
Because they blend in perfectly until you try to connect. When you go far enough back, you'll find that ancient people were already thinking about the possibility that not everyone walking around in human form was fully alive in the same way. In Gnostic writings, there's this idea that some humans possess a divine spark or an inner awareness, while others simply don't. They look the same, function the same, live among everyone else, but something essential is missing. Not evil, not monstrous, just absent. That same theme shows up across ancient texts in different languages. There are references to soulless ones, people who move and speak but don't have that inner breath or spiritual perception. Even the Bible hints at this, describing people as having eyes but they do not see, and mouths that speak without breath in them. It's not describing physical blindness or silence, as pointing to a deeper absence of awareness, a kind of spiritual hollowing out that makes a person present but unreachable. What if some people carry a deeper awareness simply because it survived through them, while others move through the world intact on the outside but hollow on the inside? That kind of neutrality that can be uncomfortable. We're used to being seen, even by strangers. We expect some acknowledgement, some shared awareness, even if it's subtle. When that's missing entirely, it triggers something instinctual. We're not afraid because they might hurt us. We're afraid because they don't recognize us at all. It's like walking through a wax museum, and it feels creepy because the wax models have no life to them. Anyway, folks, they're in crowds on sidewalks in busy cities where thousands of people pass each other every day without really looking. Most of the time, they're ignored, written off, forgotten as quickly as possible. But maybe that's part of how they persist. Because if something doesn't want to be seen, the safest place to hide
is in plain sight.
Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
You already know. It's in plain sight. Now, got one more. Let's get it.
You vanished last night. Completely.
Deep again, baby.
And the night before that. And you'll vanish again tonight. Not metaphorically. Actually, there's a place you go every single night, where everything you think you are simply ceases to be. Your memories dissolve. Your personality evaporates. The story you've been telling yourself about who you are, gone. Completely. And when you wake up tomorrow morning, stretching in the sunlight, reaching for your phone, you will have absolutely no memory that you were ever not there. But here's what will haunt you once you see it. You weren't unconscious. You were something else entirely.
Much love to the God.
Something stranger. Something something that challenges everything we think we know about what it means to be aware. This isn't about dreams. No, this is about that other thing, that vast darkness between the dreams. The place where you vanish so completely that when someone asks you what you experienced, you can only say, nothing. I experienced nothing. But how do you know? How can you be so certain you experienced nothing if you weren't there to experience the nothing? That's the fracture in reality we're going to peer into.
Yep.
Because what if I told you that the deepest mystery of human consciousness isn't hidden in mystical texts or buried in quantum equations? It's waiting for you every night in your own bed, in the space between who you were when you closed your eyes and who you'll be when you open them again. Take a moment and think about what happens to you during the deepest part of the night, the part you never notice. Not the dreams, not the drifting thoughts. I mean the stretch of time you never witness, the blank interval you only infer afterward. You close your eyes, and then you're back, a jump cut, a splice in the film of your life. And whatever happened in between, you have no access to it, no memory, no trace, just the intuition that something must have occurred because time passed and your body stayed alive. But here's the paradox that philosopher Evan Thompson keeps circling in his work. How can you be so certain you experienced nothing if there was no you there to experience the nothing? To report the absence of experience, you'd need to have been present to witness that absence. But you weren't. The very structure that creates your sense of being someone, your I, had dissolved. Thompson calls this the fundamental question of consciousness. What remains when the self temporarily ceases to exist? Not in death, in sleep, every single night. When people report fainting, that moment when consciousness suddenly cuts out, they describe something stranger than simple darkness. Darkness is still something you experience. This is different. One moment they're standing, the next moment they're on the floor, and between those moments, there's a void so complete that memory itself cannot form around it. A gap in existence. Not remembered as blackness, not remembered at all.
Much love,
just
Foxy.
Gone.
You know, I gotta stop right here. Ain't no way in hell you don't have no blue. You're supposed to be modded. See, YouTube taking people's mods. That's some bullshit. Hold on. Let me go to my other page real quick. You're supposed to be modded up. You my oracle. You know what I'm saying? You the oracle. Oh yes. Welcome. I think we like 3 minutes in. I'm gonna go back to the beginning, and we're gonna vibe out. Because it's still kind of early in the video. Salute, Jordan.
You vanished last night, completely, and the night before that, and you'll vanish again tonight. Not metaphorically. Actually, there's a place you go every single night, where everything you think you are simply ceases to be. Your memories dissolve. Your personality evaporates. The story you've been telling yourself about who you are, gone. Completely. And when you wake up tomorrow morning, stretching in the sunlight, reaching for your phone, you will have absolutely no memory that you were ever not there. But here's what will haunt you once you see it. You weren't unconscious. You were something else entirely. Something stranger. Something that challenges everything we think we know about what it means to be aware. This isn't about dreams. No, this is about that other thing. That vast darkness between the dreams. The place where you vanish so completely that when someone asks you what you experienced, you can only say, nothing. I experienced nothing. But how do you know? How can you be so certain you experienced nothing if you weren't there to experience the nothing? That's the fracture in reality we're going to peer into. Because what if I told you that the deepest mystery of human consciousness isn't hidden in mystical texts or buried in quantum equations? It's waiting for you every night in your own bed, in the space between who you were when you closed your eyes and who you'll be when you open them again. Take a moment and think about what happens to you during the deepest part of the night, the part you never notice. Not the dreams, not the drifting thoughts. I mean the stretch of time you never witness, the blank interval you only infer afterward. You close your eyes, and then you're back, a jump cut, a splice in the film of your life. And whatever happened in between, you have no access to it, no memory, no
Oh yeah,
just the intuition that something must have occurred because time passed and your body stayed alive. But here's the paradox that philosopher Evan Thompson keeps circling in his work.
You already know. You know I'll be there for the like I forgot where you go live. You know, whenever you go live, I know you're gonna talk about the readings. You know, I definitely be there. We got your brother Hurricane. If you want to get a spiritual message for your soul in return, that's what's up. Yes, I would love to have that message. Yo, I would love to have that wonderful message for my soul in return. I think my birthday is on the 17th. I forgot what day it is. I think it's probably a Saturday. Sticky, yiggy. I think it's a Saturday. Got a big weed stash, pocket full of. I hope I have a big weed stash and a pocket full of cash on that day. But if not, I'm gonna just ball out because this whole month my birthday. So like just in case if my birthday be fucked up, at least I partied since the beginning of this goddamn month. And think to myself, well, next day could be better. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to stay cool. Well, much love to Foxy Moon Premieres. Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to Foxy Moon Premieres and get some real good wisdom, get some knowledge, and get a good reading. Let's just say, every time I heard Foxy speak, always on point. Always on point. I love it. You already know. It's a private, but I can do it when we go live. Oh, snap, private. Oh, snap, private session with the Oracle. Oh, snap. Because I forgot you do the private thing. I forgot you do the private stuff. I completely forgot. You know, I usually wait till like till the live pop up, and I just get my blunt, get my wine, and be like, oh snap. Get ready to type in the chat, like, what's up? Hit you up on IG. Bet I'm hit you up on IG. I was just about to delete Instagram. You made me keep it for, I can probably say for a couple more months. Thanks, Foxy. Because them bastards ain't let me go live for 3 years. I was about to get rid of Instagram. I was like, what's the use of having it if I can't go live and talk to my people over there? You know, because like some of them are not over here. So I was like, fuck it. And plus I don't got a computer to stream on YouTube, Instagram, and all this other shit. Bills and this rent come first. Fucking Wi-Fi. I use a hotspot. But I'm gonna hit you up on IG. Damn, 3 years. Wow. Yeah, I know, right? The last live I did, I was playing God of War on PS4. And for the past, I could say 2 or 3 weeks, they ain't let me post up my new music. It's like I did like damn near 7, 8 songs, and they're not letting me upload it. And I made a new channel, and they're not letting me go live over there either. So I'm about to say fuck Instagram. Yeah. They cut your live on IG too. See? Because we the real ones. You the Oracle. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to hear that realness. Especially, you know, you got that tone and frequency that'll fuck a motherfucker up. Shouts out to Foxy Moon Premieres, the Oracle. You already know. You know what I'm saying? And with that East Coast accent, like, oh shit. The Oracle got skills. She ain't gonna sit down all day. She gonna get up and whoop your ass. She ain't like the oracles back in the ancient time. This is the new oracles of the new age. Like shit. They'll pull a blade out. Ancient. Like, oh shit, did you get that for me? No. Shouts out to everybody. He said facts. You need to quit. All right, let's do
How
it.
can you be so certain you experienced nothing if there was no you there to experience the nothing? To report the absence of experience, you'd need to have been present to witness that absence. But you weren't. The very structure that creates your sense of being someone, your I, had dissolved. Thompson calls this the fundamental question of consciousness. What remains when the self temporarily ceases to exist? Not in death,
in sleep, every single night. When people report fainting, that moment when consciousness suddenly cuts out, they describe something stranger than simple darkness. Darkness is still something you experience. This is different. One moment they're standing, the next moment they're on the floor, and between those moments, there's a void so complete that memory itself cannot form around it. A gap in existence.
Nah, you ain't disrupting the lesson. You good. You the oracle. Sure, like shit, you know how the kings and the fucking gods gotta, like travel 1,000 miles to go see the oracle to get some confirmation or some advice, you know what I'm saying, or some guidance on how I'm gonna get through this goddamn year. That's no disruption. You are the oracle. Like when the oracle walk in this bit, or my first lady Vonta, my UK correspondent, walks in this, like y'all don't disrupt nothing. Y'all, like roll off the red carpet, grab the flower girls and the rose petals, start throwing it in the air, get my trumpet people out here. You know what I'm saying? You the oracle. And Vonta, you my UK correspondent, first lady of the Hurricane and Night Baptist Church, and the goddess of the USS Hurricane. I'm Gucci. And Kay, she brings the good fire weed. You know what I'm saying? Smoke weed every day. Not at all, Foxy. Now y'all know the oracle. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Foxy Bow Premier. She be on point with it. I love the energy, love the spirit, love the... Oh, man. That East Coast accent is a must. You know what I'm saying? I love the East Coast accent. I love the UK accents. I love a good Southern girl accent. You know what I'm saying? Make me a biscuit and some ham hocks. You know what I'm saying? I'm wild with it. Let me quit. I'm the one that needs to quit.
Remembered as blackness, not remembered at all. Just gone. And yet the brain was functioning the entire time. Blood flowing, neurons firing,
Like
the body maintaining homeostasis, all the machinery of life continuing. But the person, that collection of memories and preferences and fears and hopes that thinks of itself as me, had temporarily stopped existing. This is what researchers at the University of Liège discovered when they studied people in the deepest stages of sleep. Using functional MRI machines, they watched something remarkable happen in the brain. There's a network, they call it the default mode network, that essentially functions as the brain's sense of self. It's the neural signature of you, the thing that maintains your autobiography, that holds together your sense of being a continuous person moving through time. And in deep sleep, it fragments, it comes apart. The connections between its parts, particularly between the frontal regions and everything else, they just disconnect. You disappear, not into darkness, into something for which we barely have language. The ancient philosophers of India knew about this place. They didn't have fMRI machines, but they had something else. Thousands of years of systematic investigation into the nature of consciousness itself. In the Advaita Vedanta tradition, they recognized 3 states of normal human experience. Jagrat, the waking state. You, right now, listening to these words, thinking your thoughts, feeling your feelings. The world presenting itself as solid, real, external. Svapna, the dream state. The mind creating its own reality, experiencing events that never happen, meeting people who don't exist, and believing completely, while it's happening, that it's all real. And then Susupti, deep dreamless sleep, the state about which the ancient texts say something that sounds like a paradox until you understand it. In this state, consciousness continues, but the individual ego dissolves. You're still there, but the you...
Oh yeah, I have to stop right there. You hear something and it sounds like a paradox until you finally understand it. For example, yo, Foxy Moon, if you still here, we know you love Tupac, right? Holla if you hear me. Tupac said these famous words, and I didn't understand it in the beginning. These words are this: the only fear of death is coming back to this world reincarnated. I did not understand that at the time, but when I got into spirituality and I started learning about what the cultures was thinking about reincarnation, and then read about Buddha and find out life is suffering, then I had to put 2 and 2 together, go back to what Tupac said. Oh, the only fear of death is come back reincarnated, because who want to come back and suffer again and lose your fucking memories after you gain this high level of consciousness, and then you leave and you got to lose your memory and come back and do it all over again? Yeah. I fully understand that, so yeah. Like you will hear something that sounds like a paradox until later on you finally understand it, and it might be through a TV show, it might be a person walking past saying something and you overhear it and it'll just click in your mind. You know what I'm saying? It can be anything that could trigger that moment of motherfucking realization and be like, oh shit, I understand now.
Isn't. The 8th century philosopher Adi Shankara wrote that during Susupti, the self rests in itself, in complete and splendid isolation. The false identifications of waking life, I am this body, I am this person, I am this story, they all fall away. What remains is what was always there underneath, pure awareness. Consciousness aware of itself, without needing anything to be conscious of. He called it Turiya when it could be recognized even in waking life. The 4th state. Not waking, not dreaming, not deep sleep, but the substrate that allows all three to exist. The screen on which all experiences play, but which isn't itself an experience. And here's where it gets strange. You touch this state every single night. You merge with it completely. But memory doesn't pass through. The ordinary mind, built to navigate waking reality, has no mechanism to encode or retrieve what happens in that place. It's like trying to take a photograph of the camera itself. Let's talk about what we can measure. In one 2009 PNAS study by Horowitz and colleagues, participants were pushed into deep sleep inside an fMRI scanner, in some cases extended sleep deprivation. What they found was architectural. The default mode network, that symphony of brain regions that maintains your sense of being a continuous self, it didn't shut off. The individual regions kept firing, kept active. But the coherence between them, particularly the connections between the frontal cortex and everything else, it dramatically weakened. It's like an orchestra where every musician is still playing, but they've all stopped listening to each other. The music disintegrates not through silence, but through disconnection. And this, they realized, this might be what the loss of consciousness actually is. Not the brain turning off, but the brain's integration breaking down. The unified field of awareness fragmenting into separate processes that no longer know about each other. Giulio Tononi, the neuroscientist behind integrated information theory, would later argue that consciousness itself is integration. That awareness exists in proportion to how much information a system can integrate. Put simply, you are conscious to the degree that the different parts of your experience form a unified whole. The redness of red, the taste of coffee, the feeling of your body in the chair, the voice contemplating all of this, all of it bound together into a single, irreducible experience of now. In deep sleep, that integration comes apart. Not completely, you're still alive, still breathing, still maintaining homeostasis, but the kind of integration that creates your sense of being a person moving through time, that dissolves. And yet, and this is the strange part, something remains. Something continues. People can be awakened from the deepest sleep and report a sense of having been somewhere. Not dreaming, not unconscious in the way fainting feels, but present in a way that leaves no trace. There's another place where people report touching this territory, at the boundary between life and death. Near-death experiences get all the attention. The tunnel of light, the deceased relatives, the life review. But there's a subset of these experiences that researchers Nancy Evans Bush and Bruce Grayson documented that tells a different story. This phenomenon would later come to be known as void experiences. The person stops breathing. The heart stops beating. They're clinically dead. And some of them, not many, but enough to establish a pattern, report being plunged into something they can only describe as an infinite emptiness, not darkness. Darkness is still something. This is more fundamental, an ontological void, pure existence without content. One woman described it as being alone in a black room with your eyes wide open, not experiencing darkness,
but experiencing the absence of everything while still being present as awareness itself. Terrifying for some, peaceful for others, but consistent in one detail: the sense of being conscious while having nothing to be conscious of except consciousness itself. And here's what's disturbing. These experiences happen when brain activity should be minimal or absent entirely, when the default mode network should be completely offline, when, by every measurable standard, consciousness shouldn't be possible. Yet something persists, something observes, something knows. The neuroscientist Sam Parnia, who studies what happens to consciousness during cardiac arrest, suggests that what we're seeing is the brain's normal inhibitory systems failing. In ordinary life, he proposes, consciousness is actually filtered, constrained, narrowed down to the thin beam of awareness we need to function. But when the brain starts dying, those filters break down, and the full spectrum of consciousness floods through, including states so fundamental that we have no evolved mechanism to remember them. This matches eerily with what the contemplative traditions have always said, that ordinary waking consciousness is actually a reduction, a narrowing, a focusing down of something much vaster. That what we call being awake is actually a specific, limited form of consciousness that's useful for survival, but isn't the whole picture. Let's go deeper into the mystic territories. When John Van Alken, a scholar of mysticism, describes his experience in deep meditation, he talks about entering what he calls the void. He writes, "I lost all sense of individualness. It was as if my consciousness turned off a gravitational force that somehow maintained selfness, allowing my mind to slip into an infinite vacuum, much like the difference between a contained planetary atmosphere and infinite airless outer space." This is the same territory PMH Atwater, a researcher of near-death experiences, describes encountering. She writes about it as a loving nothingness, a living dark, not empty in the sense of lacking something, but full in a way that transcends content. Everything and nothing simultaneously. A shimmering potential that contains all possibilities but expresses none. The Buddhist traditions have mapped this terrain in remarkable detail. They distinguish between different grades of emptiness, different depths of dissolution. There's the emptiness of no self, realizing that what you thought was you is actually a process, not a thing. Then there's the emptiness of phenomena, recognizing that all experiences are transparent, without inherent existence. And then there's the emptiness that's beyond even these concepts, what they call the emptiness of emptiness. And in their practices, in deep jhanas, profound meditative states, practitioners report touching a place they call neither perception nor non-perception. A state so subtle that you can't quite call it consciousness, and you can't quite call it unconsciousness. You're there, but the normal machinery of selfhood has completely stopped. What all these maps agree on, whether they come from neuroscience labs or meditation caves or hospital emergency rooms, is this. There's a level of consciousness that exists before the self does. A ground state, a fundamental mode of awareness that doesn't require memory, personality, or even the sense of being someone having an experience. And we touch it every night. Here's the maddening thing. We can't remember it. The Advaita masters explain this with an analogy. Deep sleep is like a mirror that reflects perfectly, but has no memory of what it reflected. Consciousness is there, fully present, but without the mental structures that create memory, it leaves no trace in the waking mind. As Ramana Maharshi often suggested in his dialogues, deep sleep is not a state of ignorance, but a glimpse of one's pure nature. While waking life is full of conceptual ignorance, he argued that there is a kind of full awareness in sleep, though not the kind the waking mind can remember. Wait. Take a moment to feel the weight of those words. He's claiming that what we call being awake is actually a form of ignorance, and what we call deep sleep is actually a form of pure awareness. How can that possibly make sense?
Yeah, just like going back to what Look Out for Charlie said. It gave us the facts. Like the lower frequencies is the more relaxing state. The higher the frequency or the higher the vibration is the motherfucking wild chaotic state. So what Look Out for Charlie was calling out is like, how do we gotta get to high vibration? Gotta go low to go up. It don't make no sense. That means as much as they put a stigma on low vibrational shit, we have to be low vibration because the low vibrations or the low hertz are the motherfucking shit that have peace. That's why the 432 was the healing frequency, and when they got the 440, it was chaotic. You feel me? This is fact. So, and you know, when you sleep and when you meditate, it like a low level frequency. And I forgot I wrote it down and shit, but I can't find the page. But and the higher the frequencies, it talk about induce fear, panic, stress. It's like anxiety. It's like, you know, like we need to be low. But we understand the sentiment of staying high vibrational and whatnot because we understand it's trying to be in a positive state. But when you do the facts, bring up the facts, we need to be low because if you're high, it's going to get chaotic. So already covered that on the Lookout for Charlie on the on one of them HHNs. And we might do a Lookout for Charlie later because he has a follow-up on like what we learned about the ascension process, on like how the ascension was a psyop. Get everybody high vibrational, and you wonder why shit ain't fucking working. Because at the end of the day, how can you go down to go up if you're trying to stay up, but not understanding that the frequency, the sounds, and the hertz need to be low? Because if it's high, like the 440 frequency in our music, then shit is going to be fucked up. you know, it's like, it's wild. It's wild. It's deep.
It makes sense if consciousness isn't what we think it is. If consciousness isn't the thoughts and feelings and sensations we're aware of, but is instead the awareness itself, the space in which all experiences appear and disappear. The screen, not the movie. Modern neuroscience is beginning to circle this same insight from a different direction. Research on the default mode network shows that it's most active when we're lost in thought, mind wandering, rehearsing the past, planning the future, maintaining our autobiography. It's the neural correlate of the selfing process, the constant background hum of me and mine. And when that network fragments in deep sleep, when those connections temporarily dissolve, what's actually happening might not be the loss of consciousness, but the loss of the illusion that consciousness requires a self to be conscious. What remains is awareness without an owner. Consciousness without anyone being conscious. The philosopher Thomas Metzinger calls this the consciousness of being nobody. The neuroscientist Giulio Tononi might call it maximally diffuse integration. The mystic calls it God. The poet calls it the void. The neuroscientist calls it an altered state. But they're all pointing at the same absence that isn't quite absence. So where are you when you don't exist? You're in the one place you can never leave, awareness itself. The ancient traditions weren't being mystical when they claimed you're always conscious, even in deep sleep.
And this is why when I finally came to the conclusion after reading, you know, like all these cultures and spirituality, and I came to the point where like I'm just gonna grab my truth from all this shit that I read, apply it to my life, and you know, act accordingly. And then it came to the shit like I cannot follow one specific thing or multiple things and believe them. I gotta just be like, look, but just grab my truth and I'm out. But when it comes to finding out who you are, because like, you know, like these are the questions we ask ourselves: who am I, what I'm doing here, where I go when I leave from this bitch, all that shit, you know, I got my answer. I'm infinite consciousness, infinite consciousness, infinite awareness. Just driving the vehicle known as the human body. Can't wait to leave this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I'm doing here, well, I guess I'm here to give a message to say, destroy your government. I'm in the music, art, literature, podcasting, meditation. I'm in the nature, you know what I'm saying? But what makes me feel alive is going after government. So I'm a warrior. Where I go when I leave this bitch, I'm going to the realm that I created in my awareness and my consciousness. I'm not thinking about no heaven, hell, the field of weeds. I'm just, you know, I created some place in my mind that I'm, you know, that I manifest. You know, that's where I'm going when I leave this bitch. But at the end of the day, I don't know where I'm going, but like wherever I go, it'll probably be back to the infinite of consciousness, infinite awareness. It'll go back to the source. But I know for a fact I'm not coming back to this motherfucker. Best believe that. If I gotta come back to this realm, I'm not going to be the law-abiding citizen. I am going to be the Joker. I'm going to be the Joker. This motherfucking world is full of pain and suffering, and I got to do this shit again. I see why they wipe people's memories, so they, when they come back, because like you remember the last life, that'll make anybody snap. We got to remember 10,000 lives, and it was all suffering. Like I was a man, a woman, a donkey, an insect, a bird. Like I ain't coming back. I'm not coming back to this realm. I am not coming back to this realm. I etched that shit in my mind, body, and spirit. I'm not coming back to this realm. I will surpass the reincarnation cycle. Like real shit. Because at the end of the day, I think that's what we need to do anyway. Because like that's the only thing that all the other cultures and religions and cults and spirituality agrees with. Detach yourself from this goddamn world. And I'm glad that I'm still in the process of doing it, but like I feel that I have, because the only thing I'm clinging on to is my music. You feel me? So it's like, music is, like we just pulling instruments from the ether. Like I can rap without a beat. So like that's, motherfucking rhymes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like the essence of the ether or whatever the fuck. I'm pulling that from the, like it ain't nothing that you can hold. You can't hold music in your hand. You can hold an instrument in your hand and play some music, but it is what it is. But when it comes to material things, hell no. Fuck material things. Facts. Much love to my God is sponsor. Like detach yourself from this world and the crazy shit that's in it. And I think that's our way out. And like with gnosis, like know thyself. Like once you know thyself, they say once you know thyself, you know God or goddess. So, and they say sometimes so you know thyself, you know the universe. So, like let's live in a state of knowing and detaching ourselves from the bullshit, because, I think that's the only way out of a better life. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Shouts out to Vaughn, to my UK correspondent. Got us in the UK. Shouts out to everybody in the chat. Much love to the Oracle, Foxy Moon. Shouts out to Jordan. Shouts out to everybody in the chat. Shouts out to Mark. You already know what it is. I think Edgar Mendez was in the building. Shouts out. You already know. Live and Learn was here. Shouts out to K all day. Smoke weed every day. You already know what it is. And everybody that's going to watch on the playback and everybody that's in the bushes, we still going. We got I think 4 minutes left.
They were being precise. They had discovered through direct investigation what neuroscience is now circling from the outside. That consciousness isn't a thing that turns on and off. It's the constant in which everything else, including the sense of self, appears and disappears. You don't become conscious when you wake up. Consciousness reveals itself through a new structure. The default mode network reconnects. The fragments of selfhood reassemble. Memory comes back online. And suddenly there's someone there again. Someone who thinks they just woke up from nothing. But the nothing you returned from wasn't nothing. It was everything before it became something. It was consciousness in its ground state. Pure, undifferentiated, free from the burden of being anyone in particular. The neuroscientist Anil Seth has a phrase for this. He calls ordinary waking consciousness a controlled hallucination. Your brain's best guess about reality, constantly updated by sensory input, but fundamentally a construct. A story. A model. What if deep sleep is what happens when that model temporarily stops running? Not because consciousness stops, but because the modeling process stops. You're still there. Awareness is still present. But the machinery that creates you as a constructed self has powered down for maintenance. Let's be honest. You will never solve this mystery from the outside. No study, no experiment, no brain scan will give you the answer. Because the answer is not in the data. It's in the experience. And the experience is inaccessible to the waking mind. But here's the part that changes everything. What if that inaccessibility is itself a clue? What if the reason you can't remember deep sleep is not that nothing happened, but that something so profound happened that your ordinary consciousness can't hold it?
Yeah. What if something happened and you it was so fucking great that your mind can't hold that shit that you had? That's why I kind of had a theory. I was like, what if the way out is through our dream? And we found the way out and it got erased from us when we woke up. You know, I was always thinking, I'm like, what if the way out is through the dream? Now, don't get me wrong. Your physical body is done, dead. It's going to be decaying in the bed before the EMS come. So, man, I used to have that theory for a long time, and I still kind of think about it sometimes. You know, because like why people always forget their dreams. It's like because we probably came across some profound shit or some truth. You know, future events, might get realization on some shit, might get some epiphanies or some breakthroughs. You might confront the dark side within yourself in the dream and, you know, like become more enlightened, whatever. Or like, you know, or probably have a full understanding of self. Who knows? But what we do know is why does our memories keep on being wiped from our dreams and in death? And we got to come back and suffer again. I used to wake up and be like, man, I want to go right back to sleep to that dream world. I have money in my pocket. I'm broke as hell.
What if every night you touch something infinite and your finite mind just can't carry it back? There's a reason mystics across cultures describe enlightenment as waking up. It's not metaphorical. They mean it literally. They're saying that what you call waking life is still a kind of sleep, a dream mistaken for reality, and the state you dismiss as unconscious.
And this, which leads to the scene in Cowboy Bebop, the final episode, the episode that made Hurricane cry. When Spike was about to go out and fight Vicious, he walked out the room. Faye Valentine, sexy ass femme fatale, puts the gun to Spike's head because she don't want that motherfucker to go. I forgot the dialogue, but I know she was like, why are you going to go? In so many words. Spike was like, I'm not going there to die. I'm going there to see if I'm still alive. And he told her, I lost the eye in an accident. One eye sees the past. One eye sees what's right here, right now. I can't tell what's real and what's fake no more. On some real shit. Yeah, I mean, on some paraphrasing shit. That scene right there was touching like a motherfucker. Once he left that ship, that music played. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. That nigga Spike with it, that bitch. Started shooting up some shit. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. That was my shit. The real folk blues. The real folk blues. I don't even know the words. But goddamn. Listen to the real folk blues Cowboy Bebop soundtrack. Listen to the Japanese version because like there's more feeling and emotion in it. I heard the regular version, but I heard the English version, man, but I love the Japanese version of that song. But that was my shit. I love that motherfucking show. That's my number one favorite anime, Cowboy Bebop. All motherfucking day. Yep. Dreams are to keep us busy while they upload the day's data to the mainframe. Uh-huh. Now you made me think about the movie The Adjustment Bureau and the movie Dark City. Check out those movies. I covered that on my Matrix versus Reality. And as a matter of fact, it's the first, I think The Adjustment Bureau is the second episode, or Dark City might be the third episode. But like it's at the beginning. When you go to my Matrix versus Reality playlist, I cover that movie. I cover both of them.
Sleep might actually be the closest you get every single night to the ground of being. Here's the final twist. If consciousness persists in deep sleep, Even in some minimal, contentless form, if there's an awareness that watches the waking mind appear and disappear, watches the dream mind appear and disappear, watches even the sense of I appear and disappear, then the question, where do we go when we sleep without dreams, is the wrong question. Because you don't go anywhere. You were never not here. You just forgot what here means. Every night, you lay your head down and dissolve. The person you were, your name, your history, your worries, evaporates into slow waves. And for hours, you are something else. Maybe nothing. Maybe everything. Maybe the awareness that contains both nothing and everything without being either.
Woo!
And then the alarm goes off. You reconstruct yourself from memory fragments. You believe you're continuous. You believe you were gone. You believe you came back. But what if you never left? What if the deepest sleep is the most awake you ever are? And you just can't remember it because the one who remembers wasn't there. That would mean every morning, you wake up not into consciousness, but out of it. You wake up into...
That's motherfucking deep. What if you don't remember because that was not you? Like, oh my fucking God, that is fucking awesome. This is shit I listen to outside of the revolution. I'm trying to enhance my mind, enhance my mind, body, and spirit, try to like learn myself more fully, learn the universe more fully, you know? So like when I go to platforms, other platforms that have this type of dialogue about dreams and other philosophies, I can be well versed in some shit and have a good conversation. Shouts out to Charles. I'll be over there sometimes. Like I went on the panel, I think maybe like the other day. And it was fun. It was real fun because we share philosophies and shit. And we was talking about the belief and, you know, shouts out to Charles, real shit. And everybody over there in the chat and everybody be on the panel. Because, you know, it's some good shit. You know, there's people sharing philosophies, no bullshit. You know, great work. Much love. I'm not going to be able to sleep thinking about this, though. My bad, Vonta. Don't worry, baby. You're going to have all the best beauty sleep in the world. But I think it's like 20 more seconds.
You wake up into the dream of being a person. And tonight, when you close your eyes and descend into that fathomless dark, you'll do it again. You'll vanish. You'll dissolve. And somewhere beneath the threshold of memory, beneath the machinery of thought, beneath the narrative of self, something will remain. And that is what you truly are.
Yep. Now we're gonna play one song and we're gonna get up out of here. Because I know Vonta, I know it's almost 9 o'clock. You gotta make you something to eat, don't you? Make you something to munch on. So we're gonna play Feeling Good. Hope everybody feeling good. HHN Special Report. Shouts out, we're gonna play Feeling Good and we're gonna get up out of here. Shouts out to everybody in the chat. Much love to my goddess from the UK, Vonta, my UK correspondent.
Rogue One Production.
Smoking weed, feeling good. CD mobbing through the hood. Got a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good. CD mobbing through the hood. Got a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good. CD mobbing through the hood. Got a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good. CD mobbing through the hood. Got a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. Sipping on this fucking lean, smoking on the green, looking clean, riding through the scene, feeling like a king. Pop a bean with the bad bitch, about to get the dream, let the spleen bosses on my dick, like a trampoline, through the scene, sell it to the fiends, gotta make the green. I'm a hustler, and I got some $1 billion dreams. It's a scene with the the Cali chick, chillin' on the beach, pepper cheeks, sippin' fucking weed. That's my cup of tea. I'm a G till I D.I.E. Show you I'm a beast, haters weak, you will cease to be. If you fuck with me, got the keys over overseas. Feed up with my queens, nigga, pocket guys. Yeah, you fucking know what I mean. Parasites all up in the throat. All I'm smoking weed, I believe I'm the only one that you gonna need. Feeling please, baby, yes indeed. Got me feeling free. Baby, rolling up the street. Baby, come and roll with me. We feeling good, see me bobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good, feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good, see me bobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good, feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good, see me mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good, feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good, see me mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good, feeling so fucking good. What's the flow? Fuck it though. Used to give a fuck before, I don't give a fuck no more. Time for me to smoke some more. Walking with the baddest hoe. You know how the fucking go. Stunting on them fucking hoes. Baby girl, I love control. Now we get it on the boat. Everybody gonna flow. Drinking liquor, smoking dope. Girls twerking on the floor. Rolling up another one. Lean in my double cup. Club banging number one. Roll up another blunt. We feeling good, see me mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good, feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good, see me mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good, feeling so fucking good.
You know, shouts out to everybody. Much love to my goddess Vonta, UK correspondent. All day, looking lovely. Make sure you stay cool. Hope you stay safe over there in that storm. You know, make you something to munch on. I'm gonna make me something to munch on. I ain't eat all day either. But I made me some pepper steak and rice real quick. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna take too long to cook up. I'm about to smash that whole big bowl to myself. About to kill it. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna work on some music. You know what I'm saying? Might have some music for y'all later. I'm on the second verse now. You already know. So it might pop up. Got some food, and I'm about to finish this track, drop this track, and then shouts out to everybody that's gonna watch on the playback bars. But that's the announcement for now. And till then, you know how we ended. Shouts out to everybody. Let's get it. Mic check. I walk around the streets with my black tech 9 on the waistline, looking the hype shit. I never claim to be the best type of rapper, but have to show the motherfuckers what I'm after. I'm after the gold, and after that, the platinum. Beef after that, Hurricane G, Paxton, got some, blah. Trigger, bang, bang. HHN Special Report. Much love, and peace to the goddess of the UK, Vonta, UK correspondent, First Lady of the Hurricane and Night Trappist Church, and the goddess of the USS Hurricane in my universe. Thank you. Much love. And shout out to everybody's gonna watch on the playback. And catch y'all on the next one. Peace. Yeah. Much love, much love, much love. Bang, bang. You already know. We out.